You can hear the audio. Cool. All right, and welcome back to quite possibly the penultimate session of the Diamond Soul arc.
I doubt that very much, but we can try.
We can try, yeah. Let's speed along then. Recap pretty quick. You guys managed to activate both capstans in both the fire chamber and the flooding chamber. The quippers kept coming, but you kept swimming. You eventually found your way out, but then were interposed by a mud elemental. He was quickly dispatched and turned to a splattering smear across the floor and walls, and the methods weren't much of a challenge either, as you fought your way out. What was a challenge was the ensuing Minotaur that heard a loud, thunderous boom somewhere else in the dungeon. Yep, none other than Karius, making a racket again. He was being chased by this sort of magnetizing elemental. We tried to pull you back a number of times, but you managed to teleport away. And as you ran down the corridor, the other party met up with you in the middle, and instead you had the Minotaur clash with the elemental, and that bought you time to quickly nip around this corner, escaping what you thought perhaps was the same way you came, but got lost, and instead found a massive gaping chasm in the dungeon itself. Some 100 feet down was utter darkness, and Karius dropped a torch, ended up hitting something on the head, which called up a kind of a accusatory fashion. This was a devilish-looking creature. As he picked up the torch, you could see the horns and infernal-looking flesh on his body, and he introduced himself as Vishtar Kanuk, and he recognized your name as you introduced yourself back, and said that you're part of the Llewellyn's crew. And then he kind of got two and two together and realized this was Llewellyn's friend from Euterpe's lair, where they had met previously. In any case, Zalazil is somewhere in hiding, whilst the Minotaur charged around the corner after you. Yakmag is on really low health. He took a beating trying to lure the beast down here, but working together with a combination of spells and strengths, you managed to wrap a chain around his neck, curse him and cut him, and pull him into the hole. With a great thud, you see Moton, invincible Minotaur, laying prone on the ground as a horde of skittering insects come out of every orifice and hole in this dungeon. They just pounce on him. You can see them spewing acid, and he's having to try and get to his feet and fight them back. But right now, he's well occupied, and there's not very many ways to get back up, as poor Eirina has found. But they managed to go into the ethereal plane and sort of hover up instead. In their mind, they're just great at climbing. But that's where we ended combat. Vishtar did mention that there's some sort of foul smell in the air, but there's enough of a distraction right now that he seems to be just looking down at, laughing. At least I'm not the only one who fell for that trap. Yes, those little blights. They puked their acid all over my wings, you can see. And he sort of stretches them out, and they're all hot-marked and decayed away. I owe you for the assist back there.
Well, yeah, well, a friend of a friend is a friend, as they say.
Yes, where is Llewellyn anyway? Is he with you back there, Llewellyn?
I'm over here.
Ah, there you go. Wait, your voice sounds higher pitched in this echoey chamber.
Why did
I think
she
it's the air or lack of air down here.
Why did she just say she's Llewellyn?
I have no
I
idea.
haven't worked that out yet. So, Karius is just gonna float over to them to have a more whispered conversation, or try to, because I can't, because it's paused.
Uh-huh. Have you any luck in locating the last cab stand yet? There's one more, and you can get access to this vaulted door?
Not yet. We were about to go looking for that, but so, how to?
Didn't he literally just tell us about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have some patience, mate.
Yeah. So, just to explain a few things, it seems like one of our party, Eirina, seems to be answering to Llewellyn recently. Not quite sure why that is. This place does weird things. The real
Okay.
Llewellyn is currently temporarily, what's the word, deceased.
His grin widens. He can't hide it. Really? He kicked the bucket already?
Yes, but we're hoping to fix that. It's one of the reasons we're down here.
Ah. Well, I'd best collect, hadn't I?
Collect
As soon as
what?
I get out of here, you can lead me back to his body. Strange, I wasn't alerted of his soul leaving his body. And he
Yeah.
opens up a scroll where you see infernal text burn up and onto the page. Nope.
I
Says here he's still alive or something.
I think it might be because we've used spells to keep his soul from departing from the body.
Let me guess. He starts rolling it up. Gentle repose.
Yep, that's the one.
God, I hate that spell. Delays my income by at least 10 days. And sometimes they bounce entirely. Like,
Yeah. Well, hopefully you won't have to collect because we'll fix the problem before then. So, yeah.
well, we'll see. It'll be good to catch up with him.
Yeah.
It's such a shame. I'd looked forward to gloating about winning the race in front of him. Oh well, I'll have to gloat in front of you instead. And
You hear
now-
Elias said to Kesh'an, like, really? That's your friend?
So, what is this deal that you've got with Llewellyn anyway? Because he's not really explained anything. It's kind of a bad habit of his.
Well, I taught him everything he knows about the infernal realm. And in return, he must deliver a soul to me, but honestly, it's a long, detailed deal, so that's the long and short of it, though.
I know we've got important things to do, but speaking of, actually, just a sec. Guys, apparently there's another capstan we need to deal with. Not sure if we should probably go look for that, but...
Oh yeah, I think I found a way. Somewhere up here.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping my distance away from, like, the devil.
Yeah, but, just one thing. Are you aware of a tiefling? I think they're a tiefling by the name of Glory.
Depends what kind. Infernal blooded or abyssal?
I think infernal, because he had the whole contract thing going on, which is more of an infernal thing.
Well then, yes, I may have heard of him. Let's see. Did you have a surname or is he Glory?
No, as far as I'm aware, just Glory, like Adele.
I don't say that I've directly come into contact with him.
Yeah.
I have been on a mission of my own, you see, but...
That's fair enough. Just thought I'd ask in case you had some more information. I met him when I died once, so...
When you died?
Yeah.
Must be collecting like I am, then.
Yeah, but anyway, let's, I mean, we obviously have to find the other capstan. Not sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the keys.
Yeah, can you fit through
Wherever
these
they are.
corridors? Because you're, no offense, you're quite a bit bigger than I am.
No, I'm afraid not. This is as far as I got. Perhaps you can have a little wander.
Yeah, that's what we're planning to do.
You see his form is as big as the Minotaur is down there. Kesh'an, you can hear the sounds of insects getting crushed beneath your feet. The
Uh,
battle rages on down there.
I'll just ask Andi if she wants to come with, so I'm not alone.
I guess.
Such enthusiasm.
I don't know. I mean, she's pretty damn weak right now.
Yeah.
All the more reason to really keep you with Kesh'an,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I think her reaction would be she'd instantly just grab his tail.
And then all you hear is
Is Eirina
It's
still
almost like a comforter to her now. She just like hugs the tail.
I'll start leading you away then.
Thank you.
Is
I mean, I
Eirina-
think she's still got fly on her, so she's just flying behind you. Doesn't
Okay.
weigh a thing right now.
Is Eirina still ethereal?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we probably wouldn't even have been able to hear you call out then. Because can you talk through the ethereal plane?
Oh, funny
can
enough, I
hear
think you can hear
things.
others, but they can't hear
They
you,
can't
maybe.
hear me. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would have answered and no one would have known.
I'm just. I'm.
Although Karius is sort of filled in a little bit.
I came back for people.
I'll
They all
call
scattered,
over.
and Eirina still doesn't seem to be about anywhere.
I'll call over to Elias because I'm assuming I see you floating about. I'll say,
Hello?
there seems to be a corridor down this way.
There's a corridor this way.
Hmm.
I thought that was a dead end down there.
I checked some of them, but not all of them. But it does look like there's a definite pathway up this way. If you two
Oopsies.
quickly check that out because you're super fast, then yeah.
It's a dead end.
Yeah, it's not necessarily dead end, but it does loop back around and doesn't seem to lead anywhere, Kesh'an.
Karius will send his glaive over to pick Kesh'an up, and then Andi can obviously fly across themselves. So.
Vishtar, is that your name?
A pleasure. Takes a little bow. You
Just
see this
wave
demonic
from the
form
other
in front
side.
of you. Even though he's terrifying to behold, he's quite polite.
Friend of Llewellyn, do you mind taking a step back a second?
Oh, you're going to make the jump. Good luck. I'll
Kinda.
catch you if you fall. And he brings out his big clawed hands.
I'm gonna pick Andi up and pop her on my back, and I'm gonna wall run across.
Nice.
All she has
Yeah.
to do is hold onto your tail. She's flying.
Oh, she's
She's way
flying,
better.
isn't she? Yeah.
You just
So
have an
this is-
Andy kite behind you.
Pat, 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 pat.
Awesome. You Prince of Persia across. You see him clap. Impressive. Now, you're friends with Llewellyn, yes? Haven't been acquainted. Allow me to introduce myself properly. Me and Llewellyn go back a long, long time. We
Eirina's just like, I don't know you.
we met
I'd
when
remember
he
if
was
I knew you.
not a teenager, in fact. He was learning about demons and devils, all kinds.
And which one are you?
And yes, we've gone back a long time. He actually saved me.
Hold on, you didn't answer my question.
My niece and nephew. They want to get in on the action.
Aww.
We're staying over. Christmas sleepover or something.
Nice.
The door,
Tell them I
please.
said hello.
Yeah. Hello, niece and nephews.
Hello.
They've run off.
Scatter.
They come in, do a circle around the room, and run off. Steal a bunch of plushies as they go. All right. Anyways, so yeah, he kind of introduced himself. Gives a little backstory about how he met Llewellyn and how Llewellyn actually freed him from an iron flask. Nasty little contraptions, but Llewellyn saved the day. So I kind of owe him for that.
Thermos flask.
Like literally a thermos flask. Pour it out for tea.
Did he
Meanwhile,
actually?
Eirina in the ethereal's going, "It's a pack of lies. I don't remember any of this."
Did he actually respond to the which are you?
Which are you? What do you mean?
Where you said he was learning about demons and
Oh,
devils.
devil! I'm I'm a devil from the nine hells. I'm contracted by the archdevils of the nine hells.
You see, if this was anybody else, I'd call bullshit. But the fact it's Llewellyn, yeah, I believe it.
He does know Infernal. You're wondering why he knows so much about that?
Well, I thought it was just from that book of his.
Well, that's what he wanted to read, you see. All of that was written in Infernal text, so I helped him out with the translation.
You know, thinking about it,
Mhm.
technically Karius and Vishtar could be distantly related because he's an infernal tiefling too.
Yeah.
Well,
He goes closer and like sniffs you as well. No, don't worry, it's not you.
Hey,
Someone
cousin,
around here is in
bowling.
dire need of a bath.
that could be me. We've been down here for ages.
No, you see his eyes flash as he seems to detect the magic in the air. It's like, no, it's a different type of stench. And his friendly demeanor kind of drops for a moment. You see him clenching a weapon in his hands. Looks to be like a long halberd. Hmm. Keep her eyes open. Could be enemies abound. Do you want to get past?
Yes, please, if I may.
He allows you to sort of squeeze past.
By any
Oh.
chance, do I detect any kind of twinge in his voice whenever he's talking about Llewellyn? Is he actually sounding like an endearing friendship, or is it like
You can roll an insight check.
I like him because I have to?
Go ahead and give me an insight. We'll see.
10.
He seems very well mannered across the board. So, and I guess it's your first time really dealing with someone of this nature. You're not sure if if they are good friends or if he does see him as an asset or a client. But so far, he's kind of spoken a friendly manner, so it's hard to tell, really.
Friend.
Yeah, I've known him longer than you, perhaps.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Llewellyn has definitely gotten around. Oh, fuck, wrong way.
Ah, I'll stand here and keep an eye on the Minotaur.
We'll let you know
Uh,
if we see the capstan.
In fact, you see him actually, just for the fun of it, launch a fireball down there, and you just see this explosion of flight and bits of insect fly everywhere. Ah, he really is invincible, isn't he? And you hear the Minotaur roar. Ah, I'll be coming for you next. Once I get out of this damn hole. Be skinning that cat as well. So,
Oh my god.
So I found a
Everyone-
key.
you come around the corner, and you've actually glanced into this room a couple of times now, even Elias, but didn't happen to notice that just hidden around the corner there is a stone pedestal with a key that is kind of glowing this reddish aura. There's no heat coming from it, but there is definitely some sort of magical aura emanating strongly from its presence. It looks to be made of some sort of mineral, not stone, not metal, but something else entirely. Maybe a rare kind of thulsite. You do not know what kind of material this is, but the the craftsmanship's pretty well made.
Andy, you know about minerals and stuff, right? With your whole gem crafting thing. Any ideas what this is made of?
I mean, I can have a look, but I don't know masses.
Probably no more than me.
Are you okay, Andy?
Oh, really?
Flying with a limp, probably.
Well, she's probably, covered in blood right now, and definitely got like a head injury going on there, and probably
Yeah.
a broken leg.
The
Lots of
Minotaur
bite marks
hurts.
from those fish.
Yeah.
I did check to see if I had any potions for you, but I do not. I have one of those citrus sherbets. Did those heal again?
But I just have one anyway.
1 HP, I believe.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
would like, you may have a
Karius will
sherbet.
it won't do much, but have a little bit of a heal.
Yeah.
I mean, that might help a bruise or two.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. There's my.
Kind of. Does
It'd be
anyone know
under
where
your
Eirina
inventory.
went? Like this, it's a key. This literally seems like her thing.
Oh, I have a potion of healing.
I'll give you another healing word as well, actually.
Jules tools. Here you go.
There you go. Because at least you're on half. If I pop another aura of vitality, we're looking at like a level 5 aura of vitality.
It's all right. It looks like I've got a potion of healing hiding in my bag as well, so I'll
Cool.
use that too.
Nice.
Which modifier is she using for her jeweler's check?
In this case, I'm going to say intelligence because you're reciting information about jewels, not necessarily interacting with it.
That headband's doing its work.
I'm not attuned to
Nice.
it right now.
Okay. Even with wait,
Because
what's
I've
your...
got the whatchamadoodad
The robe
What you would do that?
and your
Right.
violin.
and the
and the necklace.
adaption thing.
It's still a 20.
I think
Yeah,
We
it's
need to
still
break
got
that
you
attunement.
attuned. Yeah,
there we go.
but that
So
hasn't
what?
dropped their intelligence.
No, your intelligence should actually be like a 9 or something, right? No,
Yeah,
like
you don't-
normally.
The +5 comes off it, I believe.
Right. What did you have before that? Do you remember? Must have been like in either the minus or the 10.
Didn't we
Back
sort
in
it
weed.
all out?
We have got it unattuned, but I think it's still giving you the same stats. So, because we changed it manually, we didn't actually make it a magic item that toggles
Yeah.
it.
Oh, her intelligence on her sheet is still 10.
I've changed it back to 10. But I'm sure. I'm forgetting what it was before,
Did we have Andy's character on roll 20?
possibly.
Yes,
I'm pretty
'cause
sure it's
that's what I
around
use-
10 ish.
That's what I use
Yeah.
it when I'm checking my sheet.
Give her a second and she
Okay.
can find out for you.
That's fine. Even if it's just flat, like 0, you still got a 20, which is enough to actually recall information about this. So this particular key seems to be
12.
made of some sort of. It's 12, is it?
It was
Yeah.
12.
Okay, there you go. So you got 21. Cool. Hold on a sec. Oh, that's right. This is a type of crystal, and its color and texture remind you of that of like a bloodstone. It's got that kind of black and then reddish hue to it. It's quite rich in iron oxide, I guess you would know, is where it gets its red coloring from. What you would know is
You do.
that weird magic that's coming from it. Not normally something that just comes from mundane bloodstone, but if it's been magically empowered or enchanted, a bloodstone, if you're recalling correctly, might give off some sort of powerful, aggressive, horde energy. the actual crystal was sort of grounded in the ability to sort of control strong anger and those kind of aggressive emotions.
So someone's basically manipulated the stone to do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
It's clearly some sort of enchantment that has like
So-
empowered this. The bloodstone is either a component in that, or maybe the bloodstone being from this realm has that power innately, and they've carved it out of it. In any case, you have a guess as to what kind of effect that would do.
So,
Is one of anger, one of aggression.
so as in being in touch with it causes anger and aggression, or it's more controlling someone's aggression? Like, could I use this to control a barbarian when they're raging?
It is more control over those emotions. Yes.
Huh.
One last thing. There seems to be, as you're just carefully examining it, Andy, there actually appears to be an inscription on the side of this key, and you have no idea what it says. I know you speak Terran, correct? You speak
Yeah, I believe I do,
Primordial,
yeah.
and so you would read Primordial runes etched onto the side, but it doesn't make sense. Like, you can see the runes, see the lettering, but what it actually reads is garbage. It's like gobbledygook, right? Like, it's nonsense. In fact, I'll even just copy it into the chat for you, so you can sort of see what I'm talking about.
I mean, in that case, it's possible that. I mean,
I'd just call over one of the brainy language people and see if they can make sense of it.
This is what you read.
Wow.
Brainy language people?
Primordial uses the
Max!
same.
Someone called Max!
Primordial uses the same runes as Dwarvish, right?
Correct.
Does it make any more
It's a
sense?
Y
in
box, not an
Dwarvish?
Xbox.
It makes even less sense in Dwarvish.
So I've actually gone back because I'm just like, you're not gonna believe this. Like, devil guy over there fell down a pit like what? 20 feet away from the key?
You're telling him that.
Yeah, I just like, oh, you're gonna kick
Ugh.
yourself.
I was this close.
I know.
Well done for finding it. Wait, one key. We need 99 more keys. Great. Ugh. I'll
Okay.
get looking. He starts like lifting up rocks and looking behind.
Does anyone around read any of the others that work in Dwarvish script? Which there's a few. It's just
What?
quite basic. Well, Primordial and Dwarvish use the same basic script, but
Correct.
the words are completely different. So this could be. It's not in Dwarvish because I read Dwarvish, and it's not in Primordial. Or if it is in Primordial, it doesn't make sense. So it could be one of the other.
I'm just gonna
languages.
kind of, in the ethereal, I'm just gonna kind of peer around Karius to have a look.
I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Eirina said something about being able to read anything.
Yep, which would be really useful, especially because it's a key, and that's kind of her thing. But
Unbeknownst to you, the ghostly visage of Eirina is peering over your shoulder in the ethereal plane, and you can read
feels
it
like
as
someone
well.
walked over my grave.
With a cold spine tingling. But you can read it as well, and as you get right close to it and try to make out what this primordial script says, you can start sifting through all the different types: Ignan, Aquan, Auran, Terran, and nothing makes sense. It's all just nonsense. Yebox, Yikif, Max, Exium, like, it's nonsense.
Maybe if it's not in a script we can read. Perhaps it can only be like read in like a certain place or a certain like under like in a mirror or something somehow or
What would Llewellyn think? That's the better question. As a wizard, you might have an idea, Llewellyn, as a wizard. I'm gonna say you can roll me an Arcana check.
I'm thinking it's either one of those ones where you put like a mirror halfway through the words, like halfway down them, and it reflects as different letters when you do that, or you need to read it backwards.
I'm thinking.
Or it's kind of like Lord of the Rings, where you have to put it in something warm, and then the truth is revealed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I'm wondering if, based on what Chris is asking to roll with Arcana for you, I'm wondering if maybe, out of character, it's a spell.
Oh, it's a bloodstone.
So definitely
A drop of blood on it.
There's that as well. But didn't you say something about it tied to aggression? Maybe you're going to be real angry before it unjumbles itself.
Or maybe
Okay.
this is why it makes you angry.
You,
I
So
swear
with a
I
14
heard like a whisper on the edge of my
Yeah.
ear again.
Like we could all take turns holding it and staring intently at Karius and what he recently did.
oh shit. Llewellyn, with a 14, you do come up with a couple of ideas, like you mentioned, but as you try to maybe start spelling it backwards, equally doesn't make much sense. There is a repetition of certain characters, and there's spacing between the words as well, which means it must sort of read something, but the letters are all wrong, and it would kind of remind you, as a wizard, something like you would have in your own spellbook
It's
a cipher. But wizards take forever to decode ciphers because normally there's a key that you need.
So we need a key to find the key. Though we don't know that. How about we, for now, we take the key with us whilst we try to find this last capstan and open the door. Maybe it will respond being near the door. Or we leave it here whilst we go find the thing and then hope someone doesn't come get it, I guess. What do people think? What do you think, Kesh'an? This is your pilgrimage, your rodeo, after all, at the end of the day.
But what choices do we?
At the moment, I can see two choices. We take the key with us and hope that we work it out as we go whilst we're looking for this other capstan and getting into the final room. Or we go...
What are we expecting it to do? I mean, as what's his name? God damn it, I can't see him anymore. Vishtar. As Vishtar said, there's a lot of keys left. So if we take it with us, we might find something that it goes into. But also, if it's just something that needs to be activated, like we found that special key, then if Andi says it's a blood rune, then I don't mind giving that a try.
It's worth a try.
If it, as you say, this is my pilgrimage, so I'm happy to take the fall and give it a go.
I mean, I'm not 100% whilst there are 100 keyholes or more, as Vishtar said, that seems ridiculous. Honestly, my guess at the moment is that whatever this key, what this phrase says, will be a hint as to which of the keyholes it goes into.
So seeing what Kesh'an just said, I take the key and I jam it into him. No. We'll just give it to
you're
you.
probably covered in wounds, so you could probably just run a finger along one of your cuts.
Just stab Kesh'an with it.
Yeah,
No.
Sean's just gonna prick finger and
Yeah, do that.
a drop on the key.
Okay.
Oh, you might
Um,
want to take a step back, actually.
Alright, so you drop a drip of blood onto the key,
Blood.
and the key absorbs the drip. And you feel a sensation over you, Kesh'an. It's an uncomfortable one. It makes your muscle sort of tense up slightly. It's like your limbs suddenly stiffen for a moment. And give me a wisdom saving throw, Kesh'an.
22.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit odd. You maybe just feel the urge to sort of stretch out those stiffened limbs for a moment. Nothing really takes a hold, though. It's just sort of passing, whatever that was, that feeling. It goes away as quickly as it came. Kind of like crick your neck slightly, and afterwards you feel fine.
And I pick the key up.
You can. And there's another kind of tingling up your back. All your hair suddenly kind of sticks up on end. And you know how like cats get when they're aggressive, like their hackles, like suddenly stand
Yeah.
up. You see kind of Kesh'an's almost like lurch. His back rises up in the air, and his claws also, if they weren't retracted, yeah, they're out. They just suddenly, and there's just a slight hissing. You see his whiskers go on points, but other than that, the key is in your possession.
I think it's fine, guys.
So, based on how your body seems to be reacting, looking at it, it seems like maybe this is just my guess. If you come down in a group like ours, it's meant to make you like fight over the key or something. Maybe, you know, like one of those classic sort of things. But we've got the key for now. I would probably put it in your bag or something, and then
Keep it away from Egbert.
Yeah.
Something about Karius's voice, just want to punch him in the face, but you're holding back that urge.
I mean, that's normal.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, he's caused you so much pain over this adventure. But you're like, no, you're a team.
Yep.
Right. Let's get moving. See if we can find Eirina.
I'm just gonna add cursed AF key onto my
Sure.
sheet.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, Lokshun, found anything as you're wandering about?
I've not, but there is a stench in the air. Something sulfurous. I mentioned it when I came in here.
See, Vishtar said that.
Who?
The big devilish guy down here.
He comes around the corner. He looks around, and you can run an insight check, Karius. You see, there is a reaction from Lokshun
Oh
when you see
no.
him. But you're looking from his back. You can't quite tell what he does, but he definitely has his weapon out immediately, as if startled from a scary-looking devil appearance, right? Like most people would.
Yeah.
So his reaction is kind of normal.
Yeah,
from your
this
point of view.
is Vishtar. He's a friend of a friend.
Hey, he's an ally.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh.
As close as you probably get down here.
Who
He'd
can
quite
be
up-
friends
upright.
with that charming smile?
He turns around, and his charming smile suddenly drops to this searing grimace. Yes, I think I've found the smell. His eyes flash a flaming red. It's you. It's the stench of
Ooh.
demons.
Oh, so he's an abyssal-blooded tiefling. That makes sense.
Oh, he's more than that. His eyes flare. You do
Silent.
realize what you're in the presence of, huh?
Honestly, I think he's quite a handsome-looking chap. Lovely blue shade to the skin, reminiscent of my own.
Yes.
Handle
Demons
him a
can
glaive.
take many shapes and forms. Hence the illusion magic coating his form.
What's he on about, Logshoon?
Uh-oh.
You can't be serious. You're not aligning yourself with this creature. He makes infernal deals to steal people's souls.
No one's aligning. We are all surviving and trying to
we're
get
just trying
through
to
and
get
out
through here and get the job done, regardless of what side we're on, where we're from, who we dated in a previous life, whatever. We're just here to get the job done. You're here to escape or whatever, Logshoon. Vishtar's here to win a race against Lavellan, who, it seems, it's currently a dead heat.
I am here for that matter, but I'm also contracted to slay any filthy demon in my presence. Part of the blood war, kind of conscripted to do just that.
Can we...
Out of the way, Elias.
Can we delay on that at least until we've finished everything that's down here, get a bit of a, if we get to the end, you'll probably have a better battlefield or whatever.
The blood war has been going on for longer than tieflings have even been alive. We can't put a hold on it, I'm afraid.
Well, you could put a hole on this little skirmish. I mean, what's the difference going to be at the end of the day if one of you dies here?
Well, it's likely he'll try to stab you in the back at any moment. I'm doing you a favor.
He's had plenty of chances and hasn't done that.
Kesh'an's going to poke his head round from the corner and say, "What do you mean by the illusion?"
He's a deceiver, a liar. It seems he's already pulled the wool over your eyes once.
Do you mean he has a different form?
Yeah.
Logshoon seems to be quiet during this.
Honestly, I thought he was a vampire, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, Logshoon, if you are a friend, I mean, clearly, I'm not going to take sides. I just want to get to the end destination. But if you're not hiding an appearance, if you want to help us, just reveal. I mean, we should be able to talk with this guy to see if we're able to just kind of be cool, but if you're not being forthright with even how you're looking...
That is because most would try to slay me on sight. This form is as a protective measure for myself. Not to deceive you, but to prevent a fight from breaking out, which is evidently what this creature wants to do.
Exactly. So then why not show yourself and just get it over and done with? Clearly you're a demon of some description, which, I mean, we've made friends with demons before. It's not going to be the last time, but...
Yeah.
Oh, we did the little mini beholders. Not this character.
Did you actually make friends with demons before?
We're friends with everyone.
Yeah.
We try to make friends. I mean, yes, you're on opposite sides of some big war that's been going on as long as time exists or whatever. But right now, you're wanting to get your whole win the race. He's wanting to... I'm honestly not sure what you're up to, Logshoon. At the end of the day, you've got your own agenda.
I've only ever tried to get him out of here. This prison of a man.
So he's just trying to get out freedom. I'm all behind that. At the moment, other than this war, which neither of you are actually fighting in at the moment, you're kind of doing your own thing, which may relate to the war in the long run. I don't care. I feel like we're all sort of aiming for the same goal for now. So you may be enemies, but sometimes you've got to rely on your enemies to get things done. So how about, for now, between the two of you, not between the entire blood war, whatever, we just try to get along, and once this is over, once we've all got what we want, you two can fight it out to your heart's content, and I don't give a damn.
And Vishtar, if you stick along to the end, if he does try and stab us in the back on the way, you totally have I told you so rights.
And
Yeah, why
if he does
why
try to stab us in the back, you have my full permission to go full pit fiend on him.
But
why-
also that kind of goes for you as well. Just saying.
Yeah.
And why don't you think of like a common enemy? I mean, like Celestials, right?
Yeah. Or
Shut the fuck up, Elias.
or giant primordial worms.
Odd spiders in general.
As you are saying this, you see the form of Logshun beginning to slowly strip away. You hear the kind of cracking of bone. It's more than just illusion, it seems, as his horns visibly kind of retract and shrink down. You start to see his garments sort of becoming translucent. You see a bare-chested, muscular form. He is wearing kind of this, almost like what's it called? Almost like a battle kilt around his waist, and you see there's a big pair of beads around his necklace, and it is some sort of demonic face, tusks. You see like this large nose ring, and there is a glaive in his hand. There's still the same glaive, but it seems to be larger now, much more imposing and heavier. And he's got these large braces, claws for hands, and his skin still seems to be the same kind of bluish color as well, as he stands there fully unveiled.
See, you're not so different. You both have horns.
I was going to say, it's starting to sound like an Oni.
Yeah.
It's exactly what he is.
Oh, shit!
Oni.
Yeah.
Yeah, this big white mane of hair. It's the last thing to come into existence as it washes back and sweeps away from his face. You see, he looks around and says, "So, what will it be?"
What is it? Kill it!
And I want Karius to make me a persuasion check, flat. You have advantage because Kesh'an is helping you, but disadvantage because Logshun is showing his true colors.
Bardic inspiration?
You can add Bardic inspiration if you have it.
Can I actually give inspiration to someone who's persuaded?
Can I?
Yeah, sure, I'll give you Bardic inspiration if it's allowed.
Can I spend my inspiration to make that an advantage roll? See if I roll higher.
No, you've got advantage, didn't you?
You've already got advantage, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So this is a sort of flat, no matter what you add.
Okay, so if I'm allowed that Bardic inspiration, then I'll roll that, which is a D10 right at this point.
Okay.
Nice. Strong.
Ooh.
What do you do to inspire Karius and Simone Elias? The sound of your voice, or do you play a song?
I guess
slur up?
I guess it's probably going to be a little more intimidating, but I guess maybe he sees it as inspiring. It's sort of around the lines of, "Listen here, you little shit. You better sort this out after what you did, and maybe we'll come around to you."
You just whisper into Karius's ear.
Karius is just like,
better fucking sort this out.
So, what's it gonna be? Big blue guy and big, I'm gonna say red guy. You're sort of
it's blue
reddish
versus
gold.
red.
Are you?
Red versus blue.
Are you? I mean, honestly, at this point, blue and red can go well together. I mean, look, I've got the red beard, red hair, but I'm blue, so they can work.
Beads are red.
Yeah.
Only because you're an infernal-blooded tiefling. If you was Abyssal, I would have struck you down as lethally as Lokshun here. But you do make sense. And diamonds are much bigger priority than one pathetic, measly demon pustule.
Why are you after diamonds?
His grin comes back.
Why would a devil want with diamonds?
Diamonds are used for many components.
I have a theory.
They're more precious than gold.
But why would you want a diamond?
I mean, I have
Component.
one theory.
Uh,
If I get it right, will you tell me?
I
Are you willing to make a
honestly
deal
can't
on
bear
this?
to stand in the vicinity of a god-awful putrid smell. So if you'll have to forgive me, as he does seem to like jump and leap from one
Right.
Into the
corner
hole.
to another.
I think he
I'm-
wants them for a gate spell.
If you hadn't forgot, the race is still on,
Yep.
and you hear him leaping and leaping and
Oh,
making
if you-
headway out of this
We're
maze.
in this together.
Yeah,
You think
apparently
he-
Llewellyn established a race with this. I don't remember that being a thing, but yeah.
I'm just
Um,
going to come back to the to the ladies. Just say, so things have developed. So you know Lokshun, he's actually an Oni.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna.
So we've managed to convince them not to kill each other because, you know, demons, devils, that whole shebang. We don't know how long that's going to hold up.
Yeah.
So it's probably best not to provoke. But I thought I'd come back and just update you.
I
Sound good?
Oh yeah.
At this point, I think you'll find like Eirina has kind of popped back in. Both Andi and Eirina are just sat on the floor trying to figure out what the hell, because we're actually trying to figure out and decrypt this thing.
What the fuck is
What
that?
are you?
Not going very well.
Are you actually? I'll be super impressed if you get it with no
Wait,
hint
what are you trying to?
whatsoever.
Basically,
was
it's
We're
a
trying to
cipher.
figure out the code, the cipher, the key.
So what I think it's gonna be
So
is
far, we've managed to find Rude Boy's tea in there.
So bike igloo as Rooibos tea.
So I
Nice.
think.
Don't ask.
Again,
So basically, each of those letters is going to be another letter. I guess is what I guess we're going with, right?
So there's double letters in there, which means we're gonna think, what's the double letters?
Yeah.
I
depends what the key is.
I give the Oni a pat on the back and just like, told you I got your back. As Karius leaves,
Yeah. Karius is just like.
and then begin to fly off, singing, "Only you
Yeah.
can make a devil cry."
I'm just gonna get
Only
Yugmug on the back
you.
of the glaive and lead him round.
Yeah. Yugmug's in bad shape. He's like, "Are we're moving on?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me. I realize you're in pretty bad shape, buddy. Let me. Won't be much,
bleed?
but
Coughing up blood.
uh,
Probably got some internal bleeding going on. Cracked ribs.
hopefully this will perk you up a little.
Yeah, that actually helps a bit. He tries to get to his feet. He's definitely feeling it.
You know what? Considering everything, and as much as it pains me to do so, I'm gonna hop off the glaive and offer the glaive to him so he doesn't have to walk.
Oh, you're a babe.
Can we gather all the injured people, and then I can actually consider
I mean-
what to do here.
Yeah, we
There's-
can. Do we want to get to somewhere away from the giant minotaur first?
Where are you going,
Yeah.
coward? Come down here and face me. As he says that, one of the ants jumps onto his face. Not you.
I'd say the coward's the one who relies on wishes to become unbreakable.
Ah. Oh yeah,
And you really need to work on that temper.
Kesh'an, just as you're jumping across and seeing the battle down there, do you have this urge to jump down there and join the carnage of battle? Give me another wisdom saving throw.
This is
He is
bad.
actually challenging you as well, actively, to come down here.
24.
But that would be a really stupid idea. You're seeing red for a moment, but maybe that's just your blood adrenaline as you're leaping from platform to platform.
I am traveling across with Eirina and Andi, so you'd probably see Kesh'an looking down, and he like clenches his fists. And Andi, you probably notice in particular just because you're holding on, but you definitely feel Kesh'an tense up.
You okay there, buddy?
Yep, doing fine. Just peachy. I'd very much like to get rid of this key.
She kind of like climbs down the tail a little bit and just kind of like, you sure you're okay?
Yeah, just since I picked this thing up, I've just been feeling very angry.
She just kind of grabbed the... Is he still got hold of it in his hand?
It's in his pocket at the moment.
Right, yeah. So it's on your
Okay.
person.
Pickpocket.
She's basically going to sleight of hand of it out of his pocket, but she's going to be careful, like wrap her hand in like a cloth.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a sleight of hand to begin with. We'll see if you can beat Kesh'an's 17 passive perception.
Fuck, that's not... Where is my best?
So it's always the second number there in the brackets, kind of grayed out. Or it's 10 plus.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
even...
It's Andi. Was there
No
ever
way
any
in hell.
doubt? She has a minimum of 13.
He's a bit distracted, perhaps by the trying to control his emotions right now, and you're easily able to slip the hand into.
Yeah, she's like using one hand to like almost give him like a shoulder rub, saying it's all right, and the other one's like in his pocket.
Nice, well played. All right, you have successfully acquired the Bloodstone key. It's actually got a name, but you should call it that for now. And I will need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw as well.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. There's an instant feeling of tense emotion over your body. Just again, all the blood boiling moments in this arc that have upset Andi come to the forefront of your mind, like this headache, this throbbing headache that you need to sort of release with some sort of aggressive action. But right now, there's not someone that you want to direct that anger directly against. There's no actual hostile enemies. But like you feel like you're itching for a fight. You're feeling hot under the collar as well. There's definitely some sort of curse over this key, and you're managing to maintain your emotions for now.
I think I found the way back to the door that had the weird symbol on it. Might be open now because of what we've done, maybe.
All right, come on, guys, before I bleed out.
And maybe
Just
we
yeah,
can go wait with the others when we're back.
Yeah, we're on another time limit here.
So, Lavelina, as we're like walking.
Yes.
Lavelin?
Right.
The
Yes. Sorry, I forgot I'd pop back. Yes.
Yeah.
you're looking awfully sprightly for a dead person.
That would be because I'm not dead.
Yeah, I can. Why well skinned for someone whose skin I had to regenerate. Not 8 days ago. 9 days ago.
I think maybe the maze rattled your brain a bit. That wasn't me.
So, if you truly are Llewellyn, and you're missing an eye,
Yes.
then surely you wouldn't mind if I touch where the eye isn't there.
That's rather rude, but sure.
Okay. Which one was it again?
Eirina would know, but like, it's the left eye, right hook.
I mean, if it's not been there for such a time, then there shouldn't
You're right.
really be that much
Right
feeling.
eye, left hook.
Yeah, there shouldn't really be that much feeling then, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I basically poke her in the eye.
He clearly missed and poked you in the wrong eye or in some other part of your head, because that did hurt. But you rationalize it as he's just completely missed because he's trying to prank you or something, maybe. Who knows?
Feel better now?
You didn't feel that?
Well, I mean, yes, but not the way you think.
Of course you did, because you have 2 eyes, Eirina.
Again, I think you're a little bit confused.
Kesh'an, want to back me up on this?
Starting to think that maybe something in the maze has affected Elias's.
Like, you guys, I
Mhm.
know you miss Eirina and it's really sad what happened to her, but let's face it, she set herself on fire all the time. It's nothing new. All we need to do is, get the diamonds, get back, she'll be fine.
Mm,
I mean, I know from maybe behind we might look similar, like with the dark hair and half elf and fairly tall, but like, you guys, come on.
Now I can't change your way of thinking. And as my dearest friend, both Eirina and Llewellyn, you seem to be having one of those. What's it called? A Freaky Friday moment.
It is Friday.
We'll be able to get it sorted out once we get Eirina back.
Did Llewellyn by chance know how to remove any defects? Greater restoration, remove curse, any of that kind of thing.
I'm just checking.
Well, this hasn't been going on that long, so surely.
I can dispel magic.
Llewellyn does actually know how to remove curse.
Oh, does he? I couldn't see it on there, but yeah, probably. And, remove curses.
But prove it to us.
Okay.
Use it on yourself.
That's a bit of a waste. I'm not cursed.
If you say so.
Hmm.
And I just walk
Real
off.
Llewellyn always know to
Ask me
prove us
something
wrong.
only I would know.
How do you cast the remove curse spell?
On oneself.
On once.
with presentation.
Do I look that gullible?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Throw something at Kesh'an.
I point to the hand that would be a hook.
Okay, here's hey, I've got an idea for such a question.
Yeah.
Vishtar, what was you'll know the answer to this question, so they should too. Llewellyn, what was the deal you made with Vishtar?
I look at Vishtar. In the back of my brain, I'm like, I don't know this dude. I look at Karius. I look at Vishta. That's confidential information.
Is it Vishta?
A perfect answer.
Really?
You see?
Yeah.
That is true. Llewellyn wouldn't reveal it.
It's a contract. You don't tell people the details of a contract that's private. Otherwise, Vishta would be telling everybody.
Okay.
You know, someone else might have got a better deal than me. That's just like, you don't go spilling those details.
Surely you know his real name. Oh wait, is that demons or is that devils?
That's
Devils
both.
as well. And
It is
Fae.
devils as well. Okay.
You don't go around giving your real name to people, please.
Okay.
Okay, Llewellyn.
Yeah.
Out of character, I'm trying to remember who Karius shared the contract with that he got from Glory, and I'm sure he shared it with Llewellyn. I don't remember if he shared it with anyone else.
You'd share it with Llewellyn.
Right. Here's another question for you that I know you should know if you're who you say you are. What did I get from the time that you had to bring me back from the dead?
Alive.
What else? Yep, the real Llewellyn would know.
He would.
But
In your
anyway,
head. In your head, Llewellyn, you're not sure why this interrogation is going on when there are clearly more important matters. But
I was going to
it's
say,
obvious...
I thought we were walking and talking.
Yeah, you
But
are.
anyway,
but it's also obvious to you that the maze has had some sort of mental influence over them.
I found a path which probably relates to this door that's still closed. It's up this way.
You see Lokshun shrink back into tiefling form and squeezes through this tiny gap.
Your horns look much cooler this way, I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Good choice of form.
I really wish I'd removed curse.
But yeah, there's a path this way that's all like green and stuff, like near that door. So I'm wondering if they're related in some way.
Wow, this just screams boss room.
This is the room we started in.
No, not that way.
Correct.
Sorry, it was this way.
It is indeed the first room you started in,
This
Kesh'an.
way, up here.
The fire still roaring.
So there's all this greenery and stuff over here, so I thought it might be linked to the door.
I'll grab you too.
There's a few pathways and stuff.
What's this here? What's with this? These rings here.
It's a good
Push
question.
push against the wall.
Push against it. Nothing seems to happen.
Pull it. Twist it.
Bop it.
Pop
Are
it.
all of these torches still lit?
There are some sort of magical flame that doesn't seem to be going out.
Oh, okay. The reason. So this way sort of loops round, but there's some other little side paths.
Okay.
Wait, what? When did this become so open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't remember us seeing this place, but maybe the other capstans open this way.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's kind of
These two.
Okay. So you come around these walls, and they are covered in lichen, moss, vines, and leaves. It's unnatural to see this so much life in the earth plane. And as you're going around, you find this one chamber that's got this kind of U-shaped walling. There are two pillars. There's a vast amount of growth here that seems to be kind of entangling everything up. And the pillars suddenly flicker. This light glowing from them, both pillars, and it seems to suddenly meet in the middle and create some sort of image. And as the image comes into being, you all recognize a form and voice as it booms out and says, "Ah, fresh fertilizer. Fresh blood for my beautiful garden.
Oh no.
Feed, my pretty. Feed." And with that, you suddenly see the wall behind you, where you come in. All the roots and vines suddenly burst and entangle the entire corridor.
Oh boy.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
On a plus note, whilst this may not be an ideal situation, it probably means we're on the right path.
I'm also half health.
Yeah, join the club.
I'm
going
on
to heal
11
everybody.
HP. You have
I-
bugs on like nothing.
I was going to heal everybody and then I got distracted.
Yes, yes, you did. I warned you about getting distracted. Okay. So the way I imagine it is these roots that they entangle absolutely everyone. So on initiative count 20, I'm gonna have you guys roll that. So before that happens, though, Kesh'an, seeing the image of the Great Khan before you, brings you into action. Before anything happens, you're actually up, and I don't know if going first is great in this. Actually, believe it or not.
I don't really know what's happening because I'm behind a wall.
No.
So I just see everyone pulling out their weapons, and I'm like, what's going on? So I'll just hold my action for if something happens.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
punch it.
You'll punch it. All right. Makes sense to me. Then Elias, we go to you as well. Who you can see the roots are about to engulf everyone. They're spreading from the walls, from the cracks in the ground. What do you want to do?
Definitely want to spend another 10 rounds trying to cast Tiny Hawk. No. I wish to work as I can't see everybody. I guess I'm going to hold it and just be like, you get your ass in here.
I'm down here in the corner.
Yeah, that's why I said
Half
get your
dead.
ass. That's why I said get your ass in here, so you're not half dead. I'm gonna hold mass cure wounds.
Ooh. All right. And that
Because-
root. Okay. On initiative count 20, can everyone give me a strength saving throw? And I suppose I should use the Oni's stat block now. No longer the thug. Lokshin is shape changed. To Oni. Go.
I should have rolled this Eirina. Would have got higher.
I did roll as Eirina. My stats are still my own.
And
Oh, dear. Okay, Yakmug got 3.
Book
Okay.
nerds are not necessarily strong nerds.
I mean, you're
All right,
somewhat
so anyone
strong
got-
to carry all the books.
Anyone? Oh my god. Kesh'an's the only one who passed. Everyone else is entangled as roots and vines wrap up and constrict them. Whereas Kesh'an, you seem to be ready. You had your fist. You just punched the nearest vine that was trying to get to your neck, and it just recoils away. And everyone else, you're just restrained. So you have 0 speed. Attacks against you have advantage. You have disadvantage on attacks. But other than that, you see the ground beneath you is also completely covered in this vine. Okay, but that's Nishkan 20. Lokshin's go. I guess he's just gonna try and get out first. Did he roll? Yeah, he only just failed. He's gonna try and snap the branches and get himself free. He does so. So he's no longer restrained. Everyone else, though, having real trouble. In fact, I'm just going to grab this. Copy it. And put it over everyone's face. There you go. That looks good. Cool. Alright, initiative count. Yep. Oh, no, we have finally an enemy. In the vines, there was something wriggling. It is the vines themselves, hence why you couldn't actually see them until now. They were indistinguishable from normal plants. I'm afraid this one is coming from the doorway, and the closest target is Andi. We'll try to latch onto them. Let's see. Okay. Yep. I'll go with this first. 12 misses, actually. Even though you're restrained. Just unable to get around and break it into a space to create a grapple. That's going to be its go. Never mind. Okay. It's Yakmog's go, who is also struggling to free himself.
Hurry up.
I guess
Get in here.
I'm a bit tied up. I can't move.
Well, I guess you're gonna die.
Yeah, probably. Eirina. You two are restrained, but you can definitely see the creature trying to latch itself onto Andi.
Okay. I am going to. Hang on, I've just got to check.
Like this.
Oh wait.
Poor goat.
No. Don't close my window.
Now, Llewellyn can cast spells without having to use his hands, right? Yeah. Okay. So this kind of makes sense then.
He is casting somatic components. It's just that his book does them, as long as his book isn't restrained.
Yeah, but like in my brain, I'm Eirina, but I'm not Eirina.
Yeah.
So I'm subtly casting firebolt, but I just set myself on fire instead.
Love it.
So I ignite.
Great. Perfect. You're gonna better roll this
Don't take
into
a spell
initiative.
slot.
Better roll something else into initiative.
Oh no.
Okay. The fire definitely starts to burn and char some of these roots and vines. Deals damage to the creatures ending its turn next to you, right? Or moving in.
Let me
Moving
just
into it.
click it. I'm just trying to find it.
Oh,
Come on.
no, this is great. This is great.
I don't need to put a template down, do I? Do you want me to put it down?
No, you don't need to. That's for when you're firing
It's
it
just
as
so
an
it's
action.
it's
Yeah, okay. Alright. So, is that your go?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Andi, your go.
It wouldn't roll the damage though.
No, that's fine. Nothing's taking damage just yet.
I mean, I'm pretty much I'm restrained.
You're restrained, yeah, that's it. But this creature is about to do something terrible to you. Seems.
The terrible thing, is it close to my face? Is it close to my feet?
Yeah, it's wrapping all the way around you, like over your shoulders, trying to get towards your face. It's
Okay.
part. You can't tell what's entangling you and what's the creature, but some parts are moving faster than others, perhaps.
A minute.
You'll be on deck.
Sorry, this
Karius.
thing is being quite slow. Okay. I'm I'm guessing I can at least wiggle my fingers.
Yeah.
So she'll touch a finger to a finger, which basically means she is touching a willing creature. She is touching herself in not a weird sounding way.
Yeah. Targeting yourself.
And I'm gonna pick fire for this and just blow it right in the face of whatever's coming at me.
I like fire. Fire's good. Okay, go ahead and. Oh, it makes a dex save. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
But I can hardly see what's going on.
It rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Well, it can't exactly dodge trying to grapple you.
You blast it for 3d6. If you click in the chat where it says 3d6 in the little box, it should just roll that. There you go. 12. Decent damage.
Nice.
Burns away some of the vines and chars them. And as it burns away, you see a flash of something moving across the walls in a kind of brownie looking texture. But is that your action and bonus? Actually, that's just a bonus action, isn't it? It's an action to then breathe. Okay, cool. So that's your full turn.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And you can do that subsequent turns for free whilst you're concentrating. Karius, it's your go.
Right. So technically, like from where I am, I can't see Yuckmug, but and I can't move because I'm restrained. But can I just sort of lean my head round the corner so I can see him without actually moving?
I'm gonna say no. You are held in place.
Fine. It's an athletics check to try to break through, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration for this.
Nice. You free yourself.
Okay.
So it takes quite a bit of effort, but
Yeah. Okay. Quicken a spell. Can't believe I'm doing this. And sort of just quickly move into Kesh'an's space.
you take.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hold on. You take 6 points of damage as you're pushing and snapping past the vines. You feel an incredible pain in your feet and around your legs as piercing thorns and slashing vines kind of whip at you. So you take. Let me just manually do that for you. There it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm then going to. It's the only way I can do this. As annoyingly as it's going to be to use this, I'm going to cast Scatter to basically teleport everyone I can see up to like this sort of area up here, apart from Eirina if I'm going to leave there because they're on fire. So that will include Yuckmug, Lokshun, Kesh'an, etc., which should then trigger the held action that Elias has to do the mass cure wounds.
Right. Do you need to see the other creatures?
Yeah, I can't do it for. That's why I use my action to. It has to be 5 creatures of my choice within range that I can see.
Yeah.
So that's why I broke free to be able to see Yuckmug
Got
to get
it.
him here because he's the one who mostly needs it. Can't also get to Andi this unless I used. I mean, I could teleport myself to there. If they're restrained, I'm guessing that I can't physically move them, like by using part of my movement.
No, you would need to use your action to break them out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's unfortunately I can't get to Andi this turn for it, but hopefully that's the best I can do.
All right.
Cure wounds.
Okay, so is that everything?
Yeah, that's
I
Okay,
just
we'll-
sorry if I may interject. Just before we move on, when I was here, was this bit here technically part of the creature?
It's. I'll tell you what. I'll make this really easy for you, Kesh'an. Just before you unleash your punch against that, Karius whisks you away, and you suddenly feel something wriggle up your leg, and you actually teleport onto the other creature,
Oh,
Karius.
sick.
Oh,
And as it goes to strike your nearest ally, you can totally do your held action, and you can do a send. Well, actually, can't do a sentinel because that takes your reaction. But in any case, you get to punch it.
Yeah,
So if you can try and target this thing, it's underneath everyone now.
I've got it. It's all
Cool.
good. Here,
Nice. Yeah,
part
that
that
takes
is
a clean
also
hit.
fire damage as well.
Fire damage just burns stuff away. This creature seems to like recoil at it, whilst other creatures seem to be converging towards you. We'll get to that in a second. But...
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, then failed. 16.
Pass.
They're hardy roots,
By what?
and it's hard to know where the key is
That's
to
all fine.
disrupt it. Okay, that's one held action off. Okay, then it will make an attack. And I guess none of you are restrained anymore.
nope.
So you put a kibosh on that. So I'm just gonna really. Who's the most bloodied is what I'm next interested in. Karius. Okay. So
Well, technically,
Uh,
probably still Yuckmug.
it is still Yugmug. Oh god, he is coated in blood, and he's gonna try and go for it.
No.
Yugmug takes
No.
10.
He won't.
You know you healed him for
22.
how much?
22, but I'm gonna.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, he should be all fine.
He's looking better, but he also just gets entangled up, grappled. You see his limbs being held at an odd angle. He's being throttled, and yeah, it's nasty what this thing's doing to him. But
I'm gonna try and cut it, and it's literally just me like batting away the vines and going, no, I just healed him, no.
okay, yeah, go for it. Actually, does this thing have to hear you to be able to? It does, doesn't it? It does. It has to hear you to be able to.
No.
I'm afraid these things are immune to the deafened condition, which means they don't have ears, and then that doesn't do anything, I'm afraid. Sorry, pal.
Also,
On this occasion,
doesn't holding a spell use your reaction?
Nah,
it
yeah,
does
no,
have to do that.
I couldn't have used it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll take it back, and maybe that's why I didn't do anything as well. You're shouting quickly, but it's not enough. All right, it does go through. Yugmug is strangled. You see his throat being strangled so hard that he's forced to like open his mouth, and one of the vines coils back like almost like a cobra ready to strike directly at his mouth, and that's going to be its go. It's got him grappled again, unfortunately. All right, time to resolve this strange brown creature I talked about earlier that is rushing towards you, Llewellyn. This mold
brown mold.
wraps up
Oopsie.
onto your leg, and you immediately feel your heat sapping from your body as you take 18 points of cold damage.
What?
I predicted you would use cold. In fact, let me even say it in the voice.
Hang on. I need to
The
check
image of the
something
Khan
first.
appears.
Wait, aren't you immune to cold?
That's what I was just checking.
Ah,
Resistant to cold damage.
Ah,
And
resistant
immune to
to
fire
cold,
damage.
immune to fire. Yeah.
okay. You know, it doesn't actually say the damage on here, but it has to be cold. I mean, what else would it be?
Yeah. As soon as you said a brown thing, I'm just like, yep, called it.
This mold is somehow attracted, whilst you do actually repel and clear away the roots. You're still kind of restrained, but there is something else you're burning away anyway. But it's You can't quite see it. The opposite of this effect is that this strange mold is attracted, and you see the Great Khan appear again in an image. Predictable adventurers, thinking they can use fire on my precious garden. I made sure to cultivate another gift. Then I think there's another person who's using fire. Is it Kesh'an?
Kesh'an is, yeah.
Okay. There's another set of this mold. Slides around the corner. Oh, and Andi is as well. Oh, God. Yeah, Andi, this... Well, Llewellyn's taking, it looks like, the brunt of this. Oh, yeah, Llewellyn... sorry, Kesh'an. The other patch of mold latches onto you and around your wrist, and you two take 48 cold damage. No save, no attack. This thing just latches around you and starts absorbing your bodily heat. Yeah, if you could minus the 18 for minus 12 for yourself.
Does it cancel out because I'm using hot and cold? Just out of curiosity.
It's not just cancelled out. It seems it's also detecting your bodily heat as well. That is part of it.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry. I'll do the 12 off you.
I've already done it.
Oh, sorry. Go back to 77. There you go. All right. It's latched onto you at this point. Although there, you got a point with the cold though. It does some of at the same time almost recoil from it, but the way you got to remember is these attacks. One is ice, one is fire. So it would kind of depend on which one you would have struck with, the fire one first, right? And it's when you're multi-attacking, you do both fire and cold. But
yeah,
you're just doing one attack, it's either the fire or the cold. Does that make sense?
Can I attack twice with just the cold?
You can, from this point on, go for the cold, yeah, absolutely. But just now, that thing sensed the heat and has latched onto your arm. And that's now your issue to deal with. But, alright, it dealt 12. So it's, as it absorbs, something weird happens to the mold. It grows larger and threatens to engulf your entire arm at this point. Okay, that's its go. And we're back to the top of the round. So, Kesh'an, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to lash out with just the cold wheel. I don't know how to change that in my thing.
That's fine. Just strike with it and I'll calculate it after.
Cool. So going for the big thing again.
You're going for the big one? Okay, cool. So for that, geez, cutting through this thing, it's leaving only a few weeds left to whack. It's still holding itself together, but barely.
Whack.
Oh yeah, that slices it perhaps close towards the base, and you see the whole thing shrivel up and fall away into pieces.
I could imagine, because I'm using the ice wheel, I like draw the blade up, and as it does, it just turns into an icicle, and I just elbow and shatter it.
Nice. And that frees Yuck Mug as well, and he's like, thanks, Kesh'an.
I got your back. And now to deal with this.
The mold seems to shrivel away from the cold that you're delivering to that. So that it actually pulls itself off of your arm, and like lands onto the ground.
Is it like shriveling?
It shrivels away, like it recoils, but it doesn't actually seem to have taken any damage. Just recoiled and trying to make itself smaller, but
I kind of want to go and help Llewellyn and Andi.
Can do if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna try move through.
Okay, it's difficult terrain, but for you, you can push through
Yeah.
most of it. However, you're standing on someone at the moment.
Yeah, because of the vines and things, can I try climb up and over?
Yeah, you can do that.
So I'll just get onto the other side.
Okay, let me just try and think. What's the radius of fire around you, Levalence? Like 5-foot radius, or is it 10-foot radius?
I think it's more than 5 foot. Let me have a look.
When something comes within.
I mean, if not, I can go
it's-
around the other way.
If a creature comes within 5 feet of me for the first time, or in a turn it ends its turn there, it takes a D10 fire damage.
In that case, I'll.
But I can also make a line of it for 15 feet.
Yeah. So you can see as you're climbing over, a lot of the vines have been burnt away in that 5-foot radius, which actually clears some of the path. It's not until you get around the corner you realize there's a bit of fire on you, but you can pat that out. You just take 1d10, is it?
I was gonna say if it's dangerous to bypass, then I can literally go round.
Yeah, I was
But
just
if,
gathering that as well.
If
I'll
not, I
let you
mean,
decide.
4's fine. 4's fine.
4's fine? Okay.
Yeah.
Made the right
In fact,
choice.
it probably gave me a boost to jump over.
Yeah. And as you land on this side, you see again lots of the flooring has been charred away where Andi unleashed that dragon's breath. Go for it.
So this is gonna be my flurry of blows because I just did my ice fire.
Okay.
And because I see it grappling Andi, I'm gonna try for another stunning strike on this.
All right. Give it a shot. Oh
There we
god, it
go.
rolled bad.
Perfect.
Ooh, yeah. There's this where it's kind of entangling, almost like a lurched forward cage around Andi. You see, there seems to be one stem that's holding everything together, and cracking into that, you see the whole thing freeze up. Wait, it's a me.
Oh no!
And then it turns its gaze on you instead. It looks like it freezed up, but it was a lie. All the roots turn and try to entangle around you instead.
It was like
In
one of
that
those
case.
moments it just sort of freezes up and then just sort of turns and looks at you, just like, excuse me?
That's it.
In that case, can I have a dex saving throw?
Okay, I can give you one of those, yeah.
Probably immune to prone as well, but
do.
I pass anyway.
Okay, sorry about that. It's immune to prone. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's immune to prone.
I mean, it's roots, so
Yeah, it's immune
they will
to
just go.
a lot of things. I'll just say that. It's
It's
a plant.
immune to monk.
Just imagine a plant attacking you and think about all the immunities it might have just from being a plant, innately a plant.
It's
Okay.
tremendously difficult to fight.
Tree.
I'm gonna find
plants
a
new ideas.
find sunflower or something.
Okay, Elias, it is back to you. The mold has fallen to the floor and it seems to be seeking out the next nearest heat source.
Cool. Everything we've done so far has had something or other. So, what's in the goddamn pot?
That's a pillar.
Oh, it looks like a pot.
Sorry, no, it's black because that's line of sight.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Wand
I
of
did say
secrets.
this at the start, but
Wand of secrets. Like,
you want a wand of secrets?
maybe there's some sort of secret here that'll get us out of here.
Okay, just describe to me what the wand of secret does. Reveals secret doors, correct?
Yeah, it reveals a secret within 30 feet, I believe.
Secret, ta-da!
This wall here is a secret. Hold on, I'm trying to.
This wall is a secret.
This whole wall lights up. The whole thing.
The whole wall.
Yep, it sort of starts from here, and you see it lighting up, down, 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 until it goes right to the end where you walked in. That's the secret. It's only a limited little wand. It doesn't tell you exactly what it is or what it does, but there is some sort of secret within or behind or something secretive about that wall. Maybe
No.
someone scrawled a secret on it. So, you know, like
Cool.
Jim and Dave with a little heart.
They
It's a secret.
try to push
Love.
through the wall.
It's solid. It's a full solid wall. No illusion here.
Fuck you, wall.
That wand. It's been so useful. It's
All
so
right, you
bad.
wall. All right, wall. You keep your secret.
I expected to just fall through like the Homer Simpson meme.
It is a very thick, sturdy wall, but something about it is sus.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I've got my eye to it and I'm like, there's something behind you, isn't there?
All
One
right,
hasn't steered me wrong like at least 5 times.
brilliant. Is that your action done?
I guess it is.
Okay, cool.
I don't have much else to
I guess this.
top
I
it
guess
up.
I'll deal with the mold.
And
There you go. I'm
Kesh'an,
sorry.
apparently.
Sorry, Kesh'an. Go in the crossfire. All right. Yeah, the mold is cut into pieces as the glaive. Now seeing its full power, he's not holding back anymore. He slices it into ribbons and
Cut my
and
mold
then shakes
into
it off.
pieces. This is my giant clay.
All right. Okay, the bloodsuckle plant. We might as well go all out before you guys absolutely eviscerate it. So, the question is who to do this on, Andy or let's roll. There's two threats. It doesn't really differentiate between them. So one is Andy, two is yep, you know it. Kesh'an, can you make me a wisdom saving throw? It really did turn to face you, and as it does, it shoots its like root right into your mouth.
Wisdom save, Kesh'an?
Kesh'an?
Ah, yeah, he's got the thing in his mouth. Remember, see, like
He's getting into character.
he's role playing. Yeah, he can't talk because this thing's jamming itself down his throat.
And he likes it.
Ah, annoying.
Him
Yeah,
getting that wisdom proficiency is really saved his skin.
since becoming one with the frozen flame, seems nothing can really cast a shadow over your mind. What this thing tried to do is almost, it feels incredibly unnatural, almost like it's rooting itself deep into your veins, but you're able to grab it, pull it out, and like shake off whatever effect that was. It was nasty. It still feels like it's there, you know, when you look at that phantom pain. But yeah, that was its big ace. Yugmug, I'm not gonna move.
Yeah, just chill there.
That's it. Llewellyn, it's your go. You got this mold wrapped up all over you,
Okay.
but you've got this bloodsuckle plant creature trying to attack your allies.
Yeah, the mold is just like annoying at this point.
Yeah, it is.
So
I'd like it starts its turn within your aura.
it does.
Cool. It absorbs another 4. Nice. Thank you.
What about the vines?
The vines are slowly like charring and burning away. I'll say that if you try to escape them, you probably have advantage.
I will do that then.
Okay. Yeah, give me an action athletics.
How do I do that though? Because the vines have got, how many people has it got? It's got Andi.
Just got Andy and you.
Okay.
Everyone else kind of escaped.
The problem is, if I go near Andi, it's going to burn Andi.
I mean, you're already next to her.
Oh no, it won't, because my fire doesn't hurt my friends. Remember?
Your candlewick bomb doesn't.
Shh.
Nice try.
No, we established that my fire didn't, right?
Did
Because
we?
that time I almost killed Kesh'an. Let me have a look. Hold on.
I thought the whole point was you learn to control it all.
That's for the candlewick bomb that blows up when someone's soul ignites. Oh, this is Investiture of Flame. It's a spell that does
Oh.
damage.
Oh yeah. Soul combust doesn't hurt allies. That sucks. Okay, in which case, yeah, I'm not going near Andi. I'll stay where
Plus,
I am.
plus you're Llewellyn. You don't have such precise control. So I think Andi has taken 1d10.
Alright, I'm going to...
Ouch. I need a concentration check from Andi. You're fine.
Nice.
Still holding that dragon's breath. And then, what was your action? Sorry, Levan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get out.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
If you bring the mold over here, I can probably deal with it. As it's latched onto you.
Yeah, with the rest of the roots, you're not even using your limbs really. It just burns away and shrinks. Okay, so you can move freely now. The mold chases you.
I can withstand the heat.
It seems just like it wants to hug onto you. Okay, and that's your go. Go to Andy's.
Am I still stuck?
You are restrained, yeah.
Okay.
But you do still have Dragon's Breath concentrating.
I still have Dragon's Breath. Okay, I might blast it with that again, if that's...
Yep. Go for it.
And then let me find the doodad again now.
You just click 3d6. That'll do the job. And I'll roll a dex save. 14 fails, I believe. Yeah, it does. Definitely fails. 9 points. It's really low now. Burning away. It's just barely holding on. Just a few more roots and vines. Okay. Anything else as a bonus action?
As a bonus action, can I down that? Well, I'm restrained, aren't I? Can I wouldn't be able to down my healing potion, would I?
Certainly
and I can't
not.
cast another spell.
No. Not unless it's a bonus action. But
No.
I think you might be right. That's it.
Okay. Never mind.
All right then. Karius, it's your go.
Right. So I'm just trying to quickly set something up. Okay. Just give me just a second. Apparently I already set that up, but I remember setting it up for this one. Odd. Ah, there it is. Yep. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. So I am going to transmute a spell.
Sure thing.
And let's give this a freezing grasp.
Nice. That hits. And can't kill it that easily. You actually did. Yeah, all its heat had absorbed is undone. It's vulnerable. Would be why. I was like, how did it die so easily? I absorbed so much heat from Llewellyn, but yeah, you had a double that. You did 20, 39 or something.
Yep.
38 points of damage or something crazy. The brown mold all over Llewellyn just shrivels into tiny little specks and is gone. Nice.
Yeah.
Did the job. Anything else?
No, for now that'll be me. I'm just gonna chill.
Okay, cool.
Chill.
Uh,
I didn't even mean that as a pun.
yeah. Funny. All right, Kesh'an, I think it's back to you then.
Awesome. I'm gonna try and finish this one off
Yeah, go
in
for
front. Once again, just using the ice wheel.
it. Nice. The ice wheel slices and crits.
Yeah.
That will absolutely decimate this thing and shatters it into tiny little leafy shards, just like you did the other one. You wait to see if any more brown mold seems to come hurtling your way, but it seems you're safe. The only thing left is to sort of free Andi from this tangled.
Yeah,
up
I'll
mess.
start cutting away the vines holding Andi.
Gotcha. That will end combat. Elias, you running around? I see. Let me just take.
We think we've solved it, by the way.
Really, I'll be impressed. Elias, you take 8 points of piercing damage as you take that step round there. Yeah.
Would it harm me if I was gliding?
The way I imagine it, it did sort of spread all over the walls and everything. The only reason Kesh'an didn't take damage when he said I climb across the walls is because Llewellyn burned a 5-foot radius all around him, and Andi burned a 15-foot cone this way. So when Kesh'an said, is it better to take the 4 fire damage? Absolutely. Otherwise, he would have taken 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 20. He'd have taken 24d4 of piercing damage if he'd have run the other way.
Is the wall still blocked off?
The wall is seemingly still blocked off, yeah, but there is something secretive about it.
Is there a button along the wall somewhere?
You can give me an investigation check if you wish.
I shall.
And I'll say as you're doing that, Llewellyn, you notice that the growth around the floor is burning away, and you're just charring the stonework. You're actually clearing a path from the spike growth, which is actually what I did across the whole area. But if you just walking around Llewellyn will be able to just clear it all away, and you can make a safe passage for the rest of your allies.
I mean, there's no point in turning it off.
No, okay.
Will I know everything about this wall since its birth ever with a 32?
Okay. There is very clearly down the bottom, as the villain clears the way, this tangled up mess near the doorway, there's very clearly a groove in the floor, like here. Right here. Where you can tell there's like this grinding scratch across the ground and across the ceiling, where it's obvious the wall has like moved through that space, right? And closed it off. But it's open in this current orientation.
Wait, it's open?
Right. There's a scratch on the ground, right? Like here.
Yeah.
That kind of denotes that this wall has closed at some point.
Oh no, it just closed on us, didn't it?
No, it didn't. That was just big vines
Vines.
wrapping up and entangling you.
Oh.
Yeah. And they've just been burnt away. So you're free to leave, and that wall never moved during the whole time you saw it.
Okay, I thought we'd got walled in.
No. And I want to point out, I just want to make sure you know, it's the whole wall, like all the way
Yeah.
up. It's giving off that thing. Yeah.
Is...
Um,
Are you all okay, Andy?
I could. Does Andy need help?
you've got them free if you worked
I
together.
mean, to be honest, at this point, I don't know if I'm gonna get out of here alive.
Yeah.
Everything here seems to hate me.
It's
Everything.
okay. We got you.
Everything is fine.
Shut
There's a
up.
few bits left just in their hair, a couple of leaves and stuff, but they don't seem like the malicious blood-sucking ones that were earlier trying to kill you.
So
Good measure.
you missed.
Oh wait, what?
You know what I've just realised this entire time? Where's Raheem?
I'm the smoky Raheem. I've been smoked this whole time.
So this wall.
Actually, I guess,
moves.
quick question. When you cast Investiture of Flame, did that drop the concentration on Smoky? Wait,
No,
was that even...
because Investiture of Flame's not concentration, but I should have done a check for Smoky because I got smacked about.
Yeah, that's true.
So let me
Unless,
just...
unless Etherealness is also concentration. I think at this point, Raheem is probably no longer smoke. But you... We'll just double check. Etherealness... Etherealness not... Wow. It's not concentration. And
No,
you've
because it's
passed the
another one of the
concentration.
things that I get from my Warlock. It's not a spell. I can only use it once.
Okay, hold on. Investiture is a concentration, though. That one is. It's
Is it?
Etherealness that isn't. Investiture is. So
Oh.
he would have no longer been a smoke when you cast it this combat. Okay? So that actually kind of makes sense as to why you're asking where he's been this whole time. He's just been
Yeah.
smoke following you.
He literally rose from the ashes of the vines as they burn away.
Yeah.
It doesn't say concentration on my sheet, though.
It does it does when I'm looking at it.
Karius, don't leave.
Why?
You see underneath sorry, 1 second guys. You see where it says VS and then a C
There's no C.
on Investiture of Flame?
Yeah,
There is on mine when I'm looking at it.
it's not on mine.
Okay, well, I'll assure you it definitely is on the...
This wall moves.
Smoky form is, though, so...
It's because it's on the sheet twice. I think the at will stuff at the top where it says Investor of Flame Radius and Investor of Flame Line,
Okay.
those aren't concentration, but the actual 6th level spell
In
is.
which case, I'm just not... he's not
Okay,
smoke anymore.
what they're on there for is so that when you
Yeah.
click these, it's to do a pulse of damage around you, and the line is, as the action says, you can do a 15-foot line. So I've given you extra features so that when you've got that spell active, you can click those to place templates and do damage.
Alright,
But the spell itself is down at the bottom under the 6th level.
Mhm.
so
Okay.
are we go?
This wall moves.
Yeah, I'm wondering
Oh.
if maybe we opened it by doing the capstans, maybe.
No, I thought that single doorway opened because we did the capstans.
Nope.
But this wasn't open before.
I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. Maybe this wall was over
Oh.
there.
But this wall here moves.
Yeah, but we
But then
can
if-
see on both sides of it, so I'm not sure.
Then if you step on this side, it doesn't go that far. Which means if you go to the very end, there is an area right behind here.
That is a good point. I'm wondering. Let me just.
There you go. You didn't need me to tell you. You got that with your own 32.
Can I
No.
try it?
There is
can I-
indeed. Using that logic, Elias, there has to be a 10-foot gap, chamber, wall, something there.
Could we use the invisibility shirt to look through it? X-ray shirt.
Ooh. Good try.
You've got that right, Andy. Assuming you okay to use it?
Yeah, of course she passes it over to you.
Yep, let's see what we can see through this
Still
wall.
detangling herself from tree bits.
Up placed against the wall, see what I can
All
see.
right. Okay, there is indeed a little 10-foot gap. It's a very small chamber. There's not much to it. There's still these little vines and roots kind of growing around it slightly. Doesn't look like it's been touched in a long time. The leaves on the ground. So no one's come through here and dusted it or cleaned it. But you know what? In amongst the ground and clutter, there is something. But it's mostly obscured by leaves. But there is something like of a trinket or something shiny looking. But it's just hidden beneath a little pile of leaves at the moment.
Okay, so there's something there, but I don't know how to open this door or wall. Based.
Oh, yeah, no, go on.
You said based on the groove, it looks like the entire wall moves, right? Did it look like it'd be more of like a lift up sort of thing or a twist?
He doesn't know that by the grooves. He knows that by the magic of the wand telling him that the whole wall is something that moves. But from the groove
like scrape marks and stuff.
From the only scrape marks that are visible are on the very far end where you walked in. So you imagine it's a sliding door, but it would go across. Sorry, it comes down, right? On the map, if you're looking at it, it will go south.
Okay. Okay.
I've put a little marker where the scratch.
In which case, this corner here, does it look like there's like maybe a little ridge of a gap? Because I can kind of see where there's like a bigger stone there.
Correct. Yeah, you're correct in that. There's like I guess like I don't know what's called in masonry terms, but you're indeed right. There's like a thicker stone here to sort of denote this would be the end of the wall, like a capstone.
Yeah.
And the leaves around here, they've seemingly at some point pulled away from the wall because where you can see a flush growth of vines across all the other bricks, there seems to be a disconnect here, where the vines have just got to here and then stopped.
Okay.
So, are you gonna try and pry it up?
I wanted to mention one last thing, that in the pile of leaves, there's probably a skeleton there as well. That's just like in the corner, and the roots are like down their rib cage, and you can see like where it's like burgeoned out of the ribs and like snapped them.
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is using I don't know, shocking grasp. I'm just gonna basically burn away with lightning the leaves around that capstone, just to try to see if I can find basically a spot where I could maybe get something in order to try to pull at the wall, like if it slides.
You see there's a groove, yes, but it's quite flush with the wall, like it's slammed right up against it. There's not really as much as a gap as there is just a line that goes down.
Andi, I'm wondering, you and Kesh'an are better at this sort of thing than I am. Do you think you can get that open? Either that or there's something else that we need in order to open it.
I'll say. No, you go on.
What, down here?
It's apparently a wall.
Yeah,
I'll
so
show you.
here, basically.
Yeah.
There's a hidden passage behind there, but...
Okay.
Well,
that's
passage, it's just like a 10 by 5 foot.
There's a hidden room.
Chamber. Yeah, a little tiny room.
hidden wall. Okay.
It's a cupboard.
With the shirt up against the wall, you can see the skeleton in the floor, pile of leaves over him.
Yeah, not too fussed about that, to be honest.
Some sort of belonging that is shining underneath the leaves, but
Now that she cares about.
she pockets the shiny.
If we can get,
that's for sure.
If we can get it open, that's the thing.
Yeah. It's like right there, and you can see through the wall. But if only you could reach through it. Sadly not.
Well, you have Mage Hand,
I do have Mage Hand,
and you can see it.
and I can see it. Would that work?
So, yes, you would normally be able to do that, but as you cast Mage Hand, you feel a sort of shunting pulse from the wall, similar to what I described with Karius when he tried to teleport through walls here. The Mage Hand kind of just slaps up against the wall and is like, it wipes down the wall. This wall of force that basically is invisible to the naked eye, but Llewellyn has seen it in the ethereal plane. There are walls of force that are everywhere inside the walls of stone. Otherwise, normally, yeah, I would allow your mage hand to sort of pick something up on the other side or activate a lever, etc. But the walls of force are there seemingly specifically to stop people teleporting through the maze and creating effects on the other side of it as well.
So we need to slide this wall somehow. But
but that doesn't necessarily mean if we can open said wall, will the wall of force still be active? That's the thing.
Well, based on the fact that it looks like this entire wall moves down, it would suggest that this area would normally also have the wall of force, but we got through. Hopefully the wall of force is somehow in conjunction with the walls, like they're enchanted with wall of force or something like that. But any ideas, Elias? Found anything looking around?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the pillars and around the inside of here for like a button or a.
I took that into account with your 32 earlier. You don't see any obvious levers, buttons, and Llewellyn's made sure of burning away everything to reveal if there was. The only thing you can think, Elias, is that it would take a great deal of mechanical movement in order to shift a wall this size.
Yeah. So, I think, based on the information, is that the way to open this room is outside this room, which is kind of weird because, which would mean someone has to, or a number of people have to stay behind in order to get whatever is in there whilst we open it and then re-open it.
Well, I've been practically left behind this whole time.
I mean, Raheem, do you want to stay here with Yuckmug and...
As long as there's no blood-sucking monsters, I will be fine, I'm sure.
I don't know if anyone else wants to stay behind whilst the rest of us just scout this last bit out.
It's not a problem. Yuckmug, stay behind me.
No.
He pulls out his he's borrowing a weapon off you. Can I borrow that weapon back, Andi?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you just got a short sword ready to fend off anything?
No. Let's continue exploring, I guess, everyone. And then we'll see if we can get this. I'm guessing down here, because we've not been down here yet.
Okay, yep, there is definitely another maze that loops back around. Okay, he's off to the flippin' races here. Karius is getting ahead.
No.
Definitely.
Just I'm keeping everyone with us. We're conga lining it.
This is just me.
You made me a deck save, Karius.
Of course, yeah, why not? What is it with my saving throws today?
You feel gravity shift suddenly as you're pulled up to the ceiling, and you take some damage. Do that. You take 25 points of piercing damage as you are impaled on a trap of spikes.
Ow!
Yeah, that was nasty. I was waiting for that. You're going on ahead.
Gravity
You can
traps,
pull your.
apparently.
Oops, I think you gave yourself 25. Let me do that back. There you go.
Oh, I thought.
I did it for you. Sorry.
Oh.
So, you were able to pull yourself off of it if you've still got your glaive in hand.
Yeah, I'd say I would have taken that off of Yuck Mug because he no longer needs it if he's waiting there.
And as you pull yourself off of it, you just feel every section of your back dripping with blood.
Oh, I always said I needed to get acupuncture, but not how I was intending. Everyone, watch out for traps as Karius pulls himself off. And now he's looking at the ceiling for other areas where there are spikes so that he can be like, that's probably where there's a trap.
Okay. Yeah, you can keep your eyes open. Roll me a perception check as you go forwards.
Yes. Good at those.
I will also look for those to try and stop Karius from doing such things.
Dying.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep.
The rest of you guys, are you catching up? Because
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know
What's-
where.
I did say we'd probably be conga lining it. Elias wouldn't just go on ahead without everyone.
So, yeah, this way. Watch out, there are apparently anti-gravity traps, which is a new one for me. It hurts.
No,
well, I didn't want to throw the normal pit trap because I was like, most of you are flying, and you're in the Earth plane where gravity is in every direction. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the spike traps are on the ceiling, funnily enough.
Yep, they're pit full. They're pit. I don't know what you'd call
pulls.
them. Yeah,
Oh,
something.
what a feeling when the
Did you
spike
just?
traps on the
I
ceiling.
missed it slightly as I was looking away. Karius, did you step here?
No, I don't think so.
I totally saw you go there
Did I?
to check around the corner. Give me that deck save. That's a success, though. It's close. You're only poking your head around the corner when you suddenly feel your neck like lurch from your body.
Nope.
Yeah, because it's obviously a dead end, and so you don't give it more than a split second as you kind of poke your head around and go back. But it's at that moment you're able to like cling onto the side and use your glaive's momentum to also pull in the other direction
Okay.
as the trap on the ceiling opens up and spikes shoot down. But that was
Okay,
close.
the good news is I found the other capstan, which I'm gonna guess shifts that wall. But the last capstan I turned couldn't turn back.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the noisy mechanical rattling sound of gears and cogs.
But in that case, if it can't turn back, how are the others gonna get out?
I don't think this is what activates that.
Well, I'll trust you, because honestly, I'm fed up with making decisions. People just get annoyed at me, so just go for it.
Everyone in agreement that we should turn the capstan, the third and final?
Yeah.
Luxury nods.
Yeah. Okay. No.
I don't know what the others were saying. You're muted at the moment.
We did nod.
Okay.
Yeah. We turn it then.
I'm also assuming that Andy and Lavella are in the room down here with you.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah, my computer's stuck again.
It
Mine
sounds
did
like an easy way to avoid walking into trap. All right.
Oh, we just let
You-
Karius go first.
That's
Yeah.
why Gareth isn't. Okay, the rumbling of distant walls thudding into places resounds through this entire maze, and you hear the grinding somewhere even deeper than that as well, as locking mechanisms shift and cogs rotate into place. And Andy, you feel something nudge from behind you. Oh my god, I almost totally forgot. I need Andy to roll me a wisdom save. Oh, at the end of that combat, that was something I needed to double check. Yeah, Andy, go ahead and give me that whiz.
Because of the key.
Okay. So during that battle, the mold that was threatening to sap the life from you, the creatures that were trying to attack you, and even the entangling roots, all of that surmounted to an overwhelming sense of anger and aggression to the point where you unleashed a fiery breath upon it, and maybe that was enough to effectively let off some steam. But after that battle, it has taken a long time for you to even calm down afterwards. You've still got the spell active, technically. You probably wouldn't be hesitating to use that breath at every given opportunity against every wall on the way down here. And people would see this. Their fiery breath is just exuding all over the walls and floors, charring every square inch of this maze until the spell runs out. And it's only a minute, if I'm correct. But it's a very fiery and dangerous minute to be standing next to Andy. But if you're somewhere near the back, the people in front of you literally would have to double time to make sure they don't get burnt.
Andy, are you all okay?
I guess she just kind of spits out fire again. Just says, gives him a look.
Wait a second.
Basically, when Andy is angry, she acts like a petulant child.
Does
She
she
throws
kind
a
of
tantrum.
does she kind of storm ahead of Kesh'an?
Not so much storm ahead, but probably kind of harumps at the back.
Stompy feet.
Okay. Kesh'an subtly pats aside where the key was.
Uh-oh. You don't find it.
I'm gonna wait until we're all in the room, and as we're all taking a step back, waiting for the capstan, I'm gonna try and pinch it back up.
Okay, you're gonna try and steal from the stealer.
Is this gonna be how it is? We're constantly just trying to steal it back.
Yeah,
on each other.
it's
So
great.
funny.
But the thing is, it's all in good intentions because we don't want this curse on
It's
each
gonna
other.
become a game. Can you steal it back?
I'm having Tom and Jerry visions now.
You can give me a sleight of hand, and we'll see just how bad it gets. I was about to say, Andy, and then I remembered why I was asking for earlier. What I was originally going to say though is, as you're standing almost directly there, you feel a nudge, and it's actually the wall behind you shifting. And if you just caught it on the map, it did just move down 5 feet, so that it's only like a small gap, and it's just enough that it kind of like catches your shoulder, Andy. And it's at that moment, Kesh'an, you can go ahead and make the sleight of hand. And it's... Oh, is that enough? 22? What's perception on Andy? 23! Oh my god. Andy's passive perception is massive. It's the expertise.
Yeah.
Just at
She
that moment,
slowly gives you the stink eye.
Andy, that was my burden. What? I can handle it.
It's the one ring, the one key.
My precious.
Just give it back.
Mm.
This is for everyone's own good.
No.
This is for your good.
No.
I'm going to try and take it from her.
No.
Yeah, there's a sort of stubbornness. It's almost childlike about them.
I want to try and take it.
She just backflips away from you.
I backflip towards.
It's literally turning into Tom and Jerry, and I love it.
Mm,
I
Well,
attempt to take it, as in like without
See-
sleight of hand. I want to take the key.
You're gonna have to contested athletics check, and I'm also gonna need another wisdom save from Andy. If you try to take it by force, that is absolutely gonna incur her wrath.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Andy. I didn't want you.
You lose it as Kesh'an goes for it, like physically tries to take it off your possession. This you suddenly
Basically
see
turning into
red.
Gollum.
Yeah, well, and not just a golem, more like just rage golem maybe. Your
Rage Goblin.
yeah,
Rage
rage
Gollum
golem.
with more teeth.
You see red. He's attacking you. He's not just trying to steal you. He could be going for anything in your belongings. And this overwhelming sense of anger takes you. And I'm gonna just say Andy to roll initiative because Kesh'an, you've gone a bit too far. The key's curse takes hold.
Hi, Jamey.
Is that
Oh, my
Jamie's
turn.
scheduled departure?
Yeah. Come back soon.
We have to...
And then Kesh'an, I'll add you onto the turn order as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So your action is to try and do that athletics check, Kesh'an?
Yeah.
Go ahead. 13.
13.
And Andy's, you're going to make me an acrobatics check to dodge out of the way.
What? That's literally impossible.
Yeah, probably.
No, are you fucking kidding me? On a 2?
That was crazy. There's this fight or flight instinct that's tearing in your mind, Andy, and yeah, you want to jump back away from this, but you also want to surge forward and stab him with this. So there's only just a margin where you get away before you. It's almost like a riposte, right? You kind of lean back and then run forward. That's kind of your action, isn't it, Kesh'an, to disarm? Okay, Andy. What would you do in this instance? Overcome by anger. You're in a rage right now, and I mean that both mechanically and flavorfully. You have resistance to all damage, but we'll see if that comes up. Would you stab at him? Would you?
I mean, though, the
fire at
thing
him?
is that she's got quite a strong friendship with Kesh'an.
Yep, I know
I
that.
doubt she would physically want to hurt him.
You wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry.
The key's curse has overtaken Andy's like bond of friendship, and I need you to make that wisdom save. Then vicious mockery.
I like to think that the mockery is just like, my precious. Sort of thing.
He's just like throwing, all sorts of. She's calling Kesh'an all sorts of nasty things, probably in her own version of common and normal common, probably enough to make her father go.
You can catch fleas in a stable.
The best part is Kesh'an understands every word of it.
Yeah.
Other people don't. So it's kind of censored for the stream, but Kesh'an's like, okay. Somehow though, you've passed.
I never liked your spinach puffs.
You do manage to pass, Kesh'an, and I'm afraid, Andy, I'm not going to give you wisdom saves anymore at this point. You're in a full rage. There is a way to end it, but I'm not going to really reveal that. At this point, it's kind of like your anger is boiled over and it's beyond control. So every round is just all out, focused on Kesh'an. It's your turn again, Kesh'an. Unless you want to use the bonus action, Andy, like move or something, but it's up to you.
Like, can we not intervene?
Yeah, at this point, you're seeing it happen. I'll roll you on.
Okay.
Elias is sped off, though, I will say this. Elias has sped
I'd
off.
like to know why they're suddenly fighting. Can I just study the situation?
Yeah, you saw Kesh'an go for the key, and Andy's clearly jumped away, and then returned with scathing insults. So
Well, you
that's
Like, I
would've
know
seen-
that these two are practically besties. Something's wrong here.
100%.
Well, you would have
And
seen the
obviously,
ordeal with
Studying the key.
Hmm.
Who's in the room? So, myself, Lokshun, Andi, Kesh'an.
Right.
Karius, technically.
Oh, where is he?
I was on the same square
Oh.
as Lokshu.
Oh, you're hiding. Okay, yeah, roll yourself into
Okay.
initiative.
Um,
And we'll go from this top of the round. But
okay. I know what I would like to do then.
uh-huh.
I would like to, like, look at Karius and then look at Kesh'an. Just be like, well, you wanted to see it. I would like to cast Remove Curse on the key. That thing's hella cursed. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but
Where is it, Andy, on your position? Is it tucked away, right?
I would imagine it's probably in her pouch. Yeah.
Okay. You do need to touch the key, Laverne, to make this spell work. That is the only condition.
okay.
You can
That's
get your
fine.
hands on it. No problem.
Well, I have. Wait, hang on. Does the Velen know how to do Mage Hand, or is that just me?
You can use your book to deliver touch spells. But I'm still thinking that you are Laverne. You've done such a
Okay,
good
well
job.
then I'm going to use my book, aka Mage Hand, to go retrieve the key then.
Okay, I'll tell you what then.
And then once I have the key, I will cast Remove Curse.
I will let you use your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, give me just charisma plus proficiency. So it's like 5 plus, it's like plus 10 to the roll.
23.
Okay, and then, well, no, it's 18, I think. Yeah, because that's 20 plus 5, so it's 20 plus.
So it's
All right,
18.
so,
That's fine.
and then Andy, yeah, he's still got an ability to resist this. You got to roll really low though. It's an acrobatics check if you want to dodge out of it.
I guess she would at this moment in time try to.
Was she not
Yeah.
distracted?
She's a little
Maybe.
distracted, I'd say.
God damn it.
You're
I'll tell you
trying
what, I'll
to
give you-
steal from a thief.
You know what, I will give you disadvantage because Kesh'an's your main focus, and you're like tunnel visioned with red in your eyes.
It's not going to do me much good.
15.
Oh!
That is a fail. So you actually do snatch up the key with Candlewick using your mage hand, right?
Yeah, my Mage Hand essentially takes the shape of Candlewick. It's Candlewick smoke, but it's like a little creepy
So
hand.
this little smoke sort of wisps in there, grabs the key, and Annie's still just focused on Kesh'an. You've got it in your possession. You just need a turn before you can.
I'm
Then
seeing
yourself.
the arm, like Kesh'an's arm, outstretched on Andy's head, and Andy's just like, yeah!
He's probably got much longer arms than she does, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in the bag.
I
Not
need
even put
Lavelle
it in the
to
bag.
make
I'm
me-
immediately casting it once it's in my hands.
Yeah, but mage hand's an action, and also the whole act of stealing it off of Andy is also
Alright.
sort of an action. So I've given you 2 actions already. I'll tell you what though, you can give me a wisdom save. That's always fun.
With mage hand.
But I know it's cursed. I'm not going to touch it.
But you have to
All right,
I
well
look
then, Andy-
stupid? Wait, I'm
in
not
that case-
Ellen, so...
In that case, Andy's still enraged. Kesh'an, go ahead, your turn. Top of the
Oh.
round.
So if I have Andy by the head, I'm going to let go, and as she falls forward, I'm going to spin round behind her. Almost not a headlock, because we're friends, but it's like engulf, and I'm going to go for a pressure point and I want to do a stunning strike, but with non-lethal. So, yeah,
Roll
without
it.
the damage.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
The damage is still going to be there, but it's going to be resisted because Andy's raging.
Okay.
So only 5 points of damage.
Oh, yuck bug! No!
Innocent bystander, yeah. Okay, you hit. I don't think there's anything Andy can do as a reaction to block that. So 5 points of damage to Andy. You feel a whack in the head. Can you make that con save? See if we stun Andy enough to knock her out of this.
It's straight.
Yeah, just a con save.
Why?
What the hell?
She's that mad, dude.
She never gets through a con save.
Kesh'an's
turned around
gonna-
slowly, and he does now.
Kesh'an's going for it again.
Oh, yuck mug.
I don't have him on my screen, so I can't untarget him.
You can do Control Alt and C or clear all targets. I think, or is it
Control,
Shift
Alt, C.
or it might
Oh,
be Shift Alt
shit.
C.
Oh, see? Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Yeah, cool. All right, Andy, you get another con save, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Remember, you have to fail it. Yes, there we go.
There we go.
That's what we like. Okay, so I'm going to take Andy down to the floor, and so I'm kind of sat down, and I'm just like patting her head, like it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
I imagine that first one. It was almost like he was hesitant. He was like, I don't want to do this. But when it doesn't work, he's like, oh shit, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
push the living daylights out of you for your own good.
It's like, I'm so sorry.
Anything else?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
keep
I
beating.
can.
Keep going.
Yes. Motherfucker. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try and calm Andy down.
They seem to be in a daze at the moment. The rides are still fluttering, maybe still bloodshot, but you've got them under control for the moment.
The Velen,
Terry?
if you're going to do anything, now's the time.
Right, Karius is gonna walk into the room, just sort of look at this situation, consider what he can do with his limited number of abilities that have anything to do with this. Just be like, I don't know if this is gonna help, but he's just gonna use shape water to put some chilled water onto her forehead, literally cool down.
It does sizzle slightly, yeah, perhaps. Though they don't seem to be resisting at this point. The water just runs off their head and soothes them, perhaps. Lokshun steps away. I think, Andy, you're stunned, and then Llewellyn.
She's just like, he hit me.
Stunned in more ways than one.
Yeah. And you've got your
So,
turn
I
to
know I tugged your tail a few too many times, but
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just want you to be okay.
Llewellyn, how do you remove curse? Is it you just do it, or do you try to do it in the way Llewellyn would?
I'm just trying to think of, like, obviously I see the Candlewick as the book, so I'm essentially seeing this weird book crawl along the floor back to me.
Well, yeah, the book does have tentacles, so those are in your head. It makes perfect sense, the movement of it.
And we've seen Llewellyn cast Remove Curse before, but never necessarily on an object. It's usually a person.
Right. But it is still a touch spell.
I have done it on objects, but I don't think you were in the party when I did that.
No, I don't think I've only ever seen you remove curse on a person.
But generally, the way he does it with people is he like sucks out the bad stuff. like you would doing any sort of like sucking health spells, and then puts it into the book.
Yeah. So the way I'm going to do this, because it's an object rather than a person, I'm opening the book, so Candlewick almost like appears as a book.
Oh.
I stick the key in the pages, and then I slam it shut really, really hard. And I
Yes.
let the book do the work.
That's cool. I
The
like that.
spell takes hold, but give me a wisdom saving throw. As you do have to physically touch the key to deliver the spell.
Nice.
There
Nice.
is
Oh
an
wow, I
overwhelming
think that's the first time I've passed a wisdom saving throw.
That is impressive. Yeah, well done. For a moment, you feel just as heated in the room as Andi and Kesh'an are, almost tempted to get in on this knuckle fight.
You know what
but
it is? It's Eirina inside the back of her brain being like, how dare you damage this key?
yes, that's it. The keys must be mine. But no, you do keep it together, and like you say, slamming it shut, the shadow envelops the key. You can't see it. The smoky form has completely encased the key. And you almost hear this sort of extinguishing sound, like you would if you had actually snuffed out a candle.
Yeah, that's essentially what I was just about to say, because obviously I see it as the book, but everyone else would see it as Candlewick. And we all know that Candlewick, the way he does, like, he removes curses from people, is it's almost like the opposite of Lavelle. And instead of pulling it out, he goes in and burns it from the inside out. So it's almost like the reverse. So rather than smashing the key and smashing the curse out of it, it's almost like Candlewick is going to heat it to a point that it almost like purifies it and cleanses it.
Nice.
I like that opposite sort of friendship between the two.
Yep.
That's cool.
A moment later, Andi comes to their senses. Your dazed and stunned effect wears off.
Are you okay?
So she just grapples hold of Kesh'an and she's like, I'm so sorry!
I'm so sorry, dude.
Karius just removes
Besties
the water
again!
and puts it back in
Besties.
Kirstie.
Never again. Never again. We'll leave keys to Eirina.
Yes. Eirina can deal with the keys, never again.
I thank you for looking after me. Or looking out for me.
Vice
But next
versa.
time, no.
Good stuff.
I didn't know I could get that angry.
I didn't either. It was kind of scary.
You got so angry, your skin suddenly somehow became tougher. Weird.
Yeah, you didn't feel pain for a moment. You do feel it now. Oh god, the back of your head.
Elias has wandered off somewhere. I believe there's some of his blood on these ceiling spikes, but
He just dodged them. He's good.
Yeah, I didn't touch
did
them.
he actually go past them?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I went back around and
Oh,
followed
did
the
you?
path.
Okay.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
any case.
I got to the first spike traps and I noticed something, but I thought all you guys were behind me and Discord cut out, so I was completely unaware that you guys were having your little tantrum with each other.
Funny.
So, Karius is just gonna use his glaive, like the reflection of his glaive, to look round the corner rather than looking himself. Like,
Looks clear. Looks
I
clear.
will mention, guys, I do need to
Yeah.
go to bed now. It
Okay.
has gone 10, and
Yeah.
tomorrow is no doubt going to be a hellish day at work. So
I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
seems like a good point to wrap up.
That's
And
fine.
good moment.
That's cool if you gotta go, no worries.
yeah, I'll talk to you that later.
Alrighty.
No worries.
Sleep well.
You see the
You sleep well.
you do see the key on your screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna actually remove the filter on it. It now hasn't got this, as the smoke kind of clears, the key is visible again, but it's no longer got that red, glowing, pulsing aura over it anymore. It does just feel like a solid bloodstone key. However, Lavelle can give me an Arcana check as well, because when you finished cleansing the spell with fire, you've still got it in your possession. Yes. You notice that the key is starting to very slowly eke out and build up that same reddish aura, but only very faintly. What that means is you've suppressed this curse. You haven't removed it, which means now you've got on the clock to either use the key or get it off of someone's possession. But for now, you don't have to deal with any terrible effects. You've suppressed it. For how long? With an 18, you can probably tell you've got about an hour before you feel the magic would fully reach its full form again. So you've done good, done very good, but it's not over. This key is somehow very permanently cursed. You've known this before with curse spells. Sometimes there's an extra effect that you need to break, something else that needs to fully cease the function. But in any case, you bought yourself time. Elias, I see you went around exploring again. Did you find anything?
I've not moved since.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I'm just waiting out for everyone to catch up.
Yeah. Let's get you out of this section of the maze before we end.
Yeah, God damn it. So this way looks clear, you said, right?
Yeah, you can look in the reflection. I like that idea.
Karius is going to just try to, as annoying as it is, he's just going to try to sort of hug against the wall and get round.
No. I'll come back for you.
Elias is protesting not to go that way.
Oh, look, Sharon.
It does seem to be a way around.
Oh, it just loops round. Okay.
Just come the same way that you went in the first place.
Let's head back.
Yeah, right. And to this here. This is what I noticed.
Oh, there's now a way that way.
Yeah, because I was keeping an eye on the wall that shifted.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Yep, does appear to be another wall.
So we're all gonna make a jump or a glide. Hold on to what you need to, and I'm guessing this must be the way if that's what shifted.
Or it's at least a way, but it might be that we can.
Poof. I'm making
You want to try and go around the corner as swiftly as possible?
Yeah.
Give me a dex save. I'll give you advantage because you're anticipating the shift in gravity, which is still there.
Just check if there's anything that looks like a path that way before we all try.
Yeah, knowing the trap is there, Elias, you kind of like take that moment to brace yourself and then dash around the corner on your horse. The horse goes up a couple feet. You kind of clonk your head on the ceiling, but it's not the spikes. It's the other side of the trap. You just made it in time.
Right.
And as soon as you come around to that side, you hear a voice, and you're addressed by a creature in the chamber beyond.
Hello.
You're the ones making all this ruckus.
Well, we don't intend to. We're just looking to progress wherever that seems to be. Whatever that seems to be.
Does that progress involve burning my children into ash?
Oh no.
I didn't burn your children into ash.
I can hear their screams. One of you is scorching the earth.
I threw some mold, if that counts.
All the living plants are my children.
Is mold a plant?
As she tries to pull away from the wall, you see that she's almost ingrained into it. The vines sort of stretch and go taut, and she isn't actually able to escape here, it seems. She's actually pulled back and into the wall.
Listen, we didn't want to. I say we, my friends didn't want to, but they were being attacked and were just defending themselves. They
My
wouldn't.
plants were just seeking nourishment.
So, would it be any different if we were angry at them for attacking us? We were seeking survival as well.
Roll me a persuasion check, Elias.
Thank you. I appreciate that because that is great for me.
She looks at you for a moment, but she's given pause to her demeanor and says, "Do you work for the Great Khan as well?" Work? She quotes.
From the quotes, I assume. Not necessarily.
What are you here for?
A lot of things. A pilgrimage, a friend, pay off a debt of a friend who saved me.
See.
Stopping a greedy Dow from robbing everyone.
That too.
Like leans out again to try and hear the voice, but you see the vines pull back and snap her into the wall.
Do you need help with that?
Yeah. The Great Khan imprisoned me here, rooted me in place such that I can only proliferate my children here in his maze. Act as a security measure.
Huh. May I
I
try
cannot
and
leave.
may I try and remove one of the vines? Will
To
it-
do that would be like cutting off your blood supply.
Oh,
I belong here now. I'm sort of both trapped in my own home, as well as forced to defend it. This friend of yours, you say he's in need of aid?
well, he kind of died, so we're looking for something that can bring him back.
The diamonds in the vault. That's
Yeah,
why we come. I know of the vault.
it's completely selfless. It's not for our benefit. We don't want much more than just to bring the ones we love back.
Returning life is a noble cause. I wish to see my own plants thrive and flourish.
Hmm.
Fortunately, you may have just put me back a few centuries.
Can I offer a suggestion here then?
Yes.
I mean,
Avoid.
I realize that you have this obviously connection to your children. If said children were to be grown, say, on the material plane rather than the earth plane, would that be suitable for you?
I may not feel their connection on the material plane, but knowing that they have a new place to sprout and grow roots would suffice.
Because I come from a family who specialize in growing crops and such and trading them, so potentially as a way of making it up to you for setting you back, we could take some with us and, you know, hopefully they don't try
They
to
do
kill
not-
everyone.
My children do not belong on a farm. They are carnivorous plants. They would be deadly to your kind. They would need somewhere in the wilds to grow and naturally feed on wild things. But I may give you some seeds. In return, I will assist you in your endeavor to crack the vault.
That would be appreciated.
You see her hand stretch out forward, sprouting a collection of seeds, and she passes them to you, Elias.
Hmm.
And she grabs a hold of your hand as you take them, and she says, "They cannot be sown in soil." And she grips your wrist just at the point you kind of feel the blood stop pumping through it for just a second, and then
Oh,
she
no.
releases.
Oh no.
Does that mean
Carnivorous seeds.
they can only be born in the bodies of the living?
Indeed. Or the dead, as long as there is an ample supply of blood.
These aren't stuck in me, are they?
No, they're in your hand.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like they went
Rushing
in my.
in.
No, she just did that for effect to really hit home the fact that it needs blood and not
Yeah.
just soil.
Okay.
Well, I know where there's a whole bunch of dead. I think it was gnolls or goblins. So
That's true.
could put those to use.
Not too far. Not too far from the farm.
Yeah.
On the road is a whole plot.
Yeah. I mean,
How many seeds was that, by the way?
I'm going to say that she's giving you 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, out of character, Llewellyn knows a large place full of dead people.
Now,
Anyway,
you promised to plant these seeds in living or dead beings.
Yep.
sounds
Sounds
Good.
fair.
Tell me your full name, seed bearer, such that I may make sure this pact is held true.
Elias Terrano Panlumin Vanan. King of
I will
Strength.
trust you, Elias. And I will also trust you with this information. The Great Khan's vault is hidden behind the triangle lock. It is a sealed door with 100 keyholes. But you only seek 2 keys.
2 keys.
Oh, we found one, we think. So
Which one?
The angry one.
one that made
The
people
barbarous
angry.
key.
Yeah.
The barbarous key must be monitored at all times. The bearer could turn on you at a moment's notice.
Yeah, we kind of restrained that for a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we just don't hold on to it. Maybe we just hang it from
well,
a bag or something.
we
a
were
bag or
going to put it in the
something.
bag of holding.
Yeah.
Other than, do you have any idea where the other key is? I have a guess, but I'm not 100%.
It is in a sealed chamber. Not even my plants cannot reach through the crack.
Is
You
it
will
up-
need to.
is it
You will
up
need to
near
access the teleporter.
There's a teleporter?
Yes.
Huh.
You will see runes inscribed on the floor. There is some sort of passphrase which is used to activate it, but I'm afraid the Great Khan often changes the sequence.
Well, I don't think he'll be changing it anytime soon.
In that case, you may be in luck. It quite possibly is the last sequence he used. The second is the unwieldy key. You will find it through that chamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that
Once you have, and once you have unlocked the third capstan, you will have access to the triangle lock.
Oh, we just did that. The third.
In that case, the maze is not much more of an obstacle in your path. Simply retrieve the second key, read the inscription on it, and place it into the relevant lock.
Oh,
See, I was
Okay.
right that there wasn't going to be 100 keys.
yeah.
Which,
Well-
by the way, leads me to asking, Llewellyn, did you, when you say you actually cracked it, I'm kind of curious. Are you
Yeah.
waiting to reveal that?
No, it's up there in the chat.
Oh, did you say it earlier? What did you write?
5 from
Five.
the left with 3 in between.
Well done. By the way, I'm going to give you inspiration for cracking the cipher without any hints. That is really impressive. Good work. You can take.
You're
Did
muted, possibly, Steph, if you're explaining.
I was going to say credit essentially goes to Kirstie because she cracked the between part, and then I managed to get the rest from that. So
perfect. You can both have inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to
Kirstie
Andi.
loves puzzles. The minute you put that on the screen, she was away. She was just like, "Here we go."
So thank you for the information. It might make you feel a little bit happier as well that you can spread a little bit further.
Better than this prison. I would like to see my children grow and flourish on a new plane.
Well,
Yes.
I meant within the prison, you can
Ah.
spread a little bit further because when I say the Khan's not changing the password anytime soon, he's a little bit dead.
This is music to my ears. Cause for celebration, even. And you see, like, plants opening their buds and sprouting and growing.
One last thing. You said, like, it's probably the code that it was last time. Do you know what the code was last time it was used?
She shakes her head. I'm afraid not.
Oh,
But
better question.
if you have solved the cipher on the key, you should have no trouble cracking the sequence on the rune.
What was the question the magnetic elementals asked me earlier? What is
It
the
asks you,
great
yeah,
Khan's?
ideal.
Yeah. You know the Great Khan a bit better than I do. What is the Great Khan's ideal? Because I tried guessing it earlier and I was wrong.
He is hoarding those diamonds, or was hoarding those diamonds for a great reason. I'm unsure what ultimate goal he was leading to, but I'm sure it was something more ambitious than the Earth plane. In any case, you may have put the end to that tale.
Yes.
The diamonds are yours to take should you crack the vault.
Yeah. Do you know if the teleport room you mentioned is near the fire capstan? Because there was a room there I didn't explore.
Indeed, it is.
Oh. Cool. I think I know where we're going then. Huh.
Cool. Scooch over, Karius.
But...
Watch out for the rest of my children on the way out.
Yeah.
I don't have complete control over them. They have their own free will, and they're very hungry.
Oh, that's kind of a good parent. If they weren't murderously killer.
Yeah, let's
All right.
head out then, I guess. See
Yeah.
if that other room opened when we... Nope, not that way.
The dryad closes her eyes, leans back into the
Wait, what?
hopes, and folds her arms over her chest, and goes back to sleep with a slight smile on her face. And
Yeah.
This...
Making things
as you
happen.
guys do file out, I said that was a good place. Oh, look, Karius trying to go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
We
He
can't
tried to go back that way, and he
get
realizes
back to the other room.
the wall is
We
closed
can't
off.
get back to the room with Raheem and Yuckmug.
But hey, they got into the treasure room. We're gonna end tonight's session on this. You guys have made it out. Managed to convince the Dryad to help you, and yes, you only need one more key. And I'm really impressed you got that sequence, that little cipher. Tell the audience, what was the actual cipher? Like the key. Was that Andy's department?
That would have been Kirstie's department. We literally were just
Okay.
trying to figure out
All right.
the sort of letters and how they would have, like, having two X's. It's gonna be only a certain number of letters can go together like that. That's
That
where we
was-
started.
That was really clever. That was your tip off.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, definitely tipped you off for the double letters. You can tell that they made words, but something else was going on.
Yeah.
Really good job, honestly. All right. We'll have to end tonight's session. Oh my god, we got Christmas coming up.
How do
I
we
don't
get
know
our
if we're gonna
NPCs back?
I guess.
No, Yuck Mug and Raheem are somewhere else in the dungeon right now. Trapped, sealed off.
So
But
How did we do that?
basically, by turning that key, I mean, I saw, because I've got vision on Taklo, I think it is. Like, I
Yeah.
saw this entire room rotating, basically.
the whole maze has been rotating. When you turn that capstan, correct, the entire central
This is
locking mechanism.
This is kind of very similar to an actual, like, vault lock. It's kind of like you're turning the tumblers, isn't it, in order to
exactly
get to
that. You realize now. If you were looking through Taklo's eyes, yeah, perhaps you see the entire combination lock shifting and turning. Every time you move the capstan, it's like one of these little dials that is turning the whole locking mechanism. You are inside the safe.
So
Um,
now,
Just gotta open the door.
you get to tell them all as Taklo, it's every man for themselves, get themselves free.
the thing is, I don't actually think I've got Taklo summoned at the moment, or I left him outside, so I think he's just here as a representation of the NPCs we left behind.
Oh,
But
right, okay.
because I can see through his eyes, I just saw that bit.
All right, well,
But
you would know from the outside, they would definitely start to see some sort of shift
Yeah.
to the metal box anyway.
That's
yeah,
what I
we
thought
know.
it was. Anyway.
We'll sign off here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you guys for playing. I don't know if we're going to make it on the 23rd. People probably have things they're going to do.
Have we?
I don't know. I don't think. So if everyone else is
I
free,
don't
we can
think
totally
I
do.
do.
We could try and finish the finale on 2 days before Christmas. So
Yeah.
I'll message the
Sure.
group chat. But for now, we'll sign off here. We might be streaming Friday.
Yeah.
If not, we'll be in the new year.
And
All right.
then
Bye for now.
Christmas Sunday.
Bye bye.
Bye.
No.
Bye bye.
Bye.